It's the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X Gaming Show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, Sarge?
I thought about wearing the helmet, but I think I'll save the helmet for like the actual release date. So we're gonna.
Well, I thought you were doing it for like the 450th episode.
Why would I wear the helmet for the 450th?
I don't know. It's just like a round. I don't know. You know what? I don't understand why people celebrate certain things like it's a round number. It's like 450. You know, it's like the halfway. I don't know. It's just I personally don't give a shit. I mean, I'll be honest with you. 450 is the same as 451. Is the same as 452.
Listen, you can't get hung up on time. It's constructed by man, right? Here's one I'll just mess you up forever. Ready? Okay, so a long time ago,
in a galaxy far, far away.
No, a long time ago, there was just 10 months. There's just 10, right? But the Romans, since they conquered everybody, decided they were going to rewrite it and decided they were going to add 2 more months to the year because they felt like it. One named after Julius Caesar and one named after Augustus, which is July and August. That's why October is 8, November is 9, December is 10. Octi, Novi, Deci, right? Right. So if you were just that alone, so for the last few thousand years, you've added 2 months to whatever you think the year is.
Yep.
So
technically,
you don't bother looking at your number as a number anymore. Just be happy you're still around. It's just a better way to look at it.
Technically, I'm like 3 years older because if you take the 2 extra months and add them for every 6 years, that's an extra 12 months, right? So you're actually 3 years older. So technically, I'm 51.
It's just weird, right? If you, it's just weird. Jay, just relax, kid. Relax. If you're going to just regurgitate to me what you read on a screen for the last 4.5 hours, don't bother,
worry.
Bro.
Don't worry.
Don't bother.
Because the entire second half of this show,
don't bother,
is Battlefield galore. It's article after article after article after article. We have lots to talk about for Battlefield.
Don't think for a moment that I don't have a soft spot for Battlefield. I love Battlefield, but
yeah,
it's just what I've seen over the last. Has anybody else watched the last 4.5 hours? I have been watching videos for the last 4.5 hours. Has anybody else been watching videos for the last 4.5 hours? I have plenty to say. Has anybody else been watching what's been going on?
I was listening. I wasn't watching because I didn't really care about watching. I watched the beginning of it, and then I listened while I was doing a bunch of work out in the yard. On today's show, we're going to talk about Ubisoft silently canceled Star Wars Outlaws sequel. We're going to talk about Oblivion Remaster. We're going to talk about Division 2 at the height. We're going to talk about Fantastic Four's budget breakdown. We're going to talk about WB Games Montreal is working on a AAA service game. We're going to talk about Tales of the Shire being the worst rated Lord of the Rings game in history. We're going to talk about GTA. We're going to talk about Xbox is dominating on PlayStation storefronts. We're going to talk about the Xbox fiscal year so far. We're going to talk about how Kevin Feige finally admitted that they just were greedy and they wanted the money and they didn't give a shit about the quality of the Marvel films.
It's pronounced Feige.
Is it Feige?
I'm pretty sure it's Feige.
Kevin Feige. That sounds better. MarvelRivals plan to combat toxic game chat. And then we're talking about Battlefield. Battlefield 6. We have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 tabs of Battlefield. And let me tell you something. Let me just show you this real fast because this made me laugh. Okay, this made me laugh because this right here is just one website. Okay, one website. The thing just happened. Within the 4.5 hours, these guys decided that they were going to write every article possible. Okay, so look at this. Ready? This is Insider Gaming. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 articles written in the last 4.5 hours.
The blitz is on, bro.
The blitz
is on.
Is at full force, Sarge, and it was all because of Grand Theft Auto 6 moving to next year.
Yeah,
right.
Well, it's part of it for sure.
So
for sure,
all this and more on today's episode of Generation X Gaming, episode 450. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You can also help us out. We have an album. It's called Perk Up, Press Play. All the morning music songs play before the daily grind in the mornings. You can go support us over on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Pandora, anywhere you can download music or stream music. You can check out the album. I got more songs going up all the time. And also, I do a morning show called The Daily Grind, Monday through Thursday, right here on 30NSG. And if you're over on Twitch, hello, Twitch. How are you? We do this once a week for you guys over on Twitch. So if you like podcasts, come on over to YouTube, be a part of the community. And let's get the show started. Let's go to what we've been playing. Sarge, another time warp, another week.
It's incredible.
What have you been playing? Hey, look before you get that. I'm like, I'll upload my GXG last week on the thing. I forgot to do it. I forgot to do it the week before. I forgot. Like, it's been a blur. I don't know what happened to July. I missed July. The first week of July, I was on vacation, and I don't know what happened to the other 3 weeks. This is it. We're in August next week. Tomorrow, actually. We're in August tomorrow. So what have you been playing this last week?
No, nothing too complicated. I had fun playing Grounded 2 last night. I think we're going to play a little bit more of that tonight after the show. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm still learning. I think it's an interesting game. I'm surprised.
You never played Grounded 1.
I don't think I played the first one. No, because all I kept thinking about was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I didn't care. It's
a really good game. Like, okay, Grounded 2 is actually really fun. Lots of bugs, and I'm not talking about the insects in the park. Okay, lots of bugs in the game. We got insects going through our houses. We got glitching forest things happening, like the grass.
Yeah, it's a little glitchy.
We got things that are my chests are turning into satchels. What else is happening? We
can't collect water off of the plant.
Can't collect water off the leaves, off the grass planks. Ladybugs are multiplying in groups.
Some creatures are doing double hits.
Yeah, double hits.
They're like doing a double hit on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that are happening. When I break okay, so let's say I build a wall, and then I decide I want to break that wall. The things go underneath the ground, and then I can't pick it. So if I built a house, I destroyed something, it falls through the floor, and I can't pick it because now it's underneath the floor, and I have to destroy the floor to grab the old stuff to rebuild the floor. So there's a lot of little things like that.
Oh, but what I did see, if you look on the it's not the home screen, it's like the select screen. There's two options. One is bring all satchels back to base, and the other one is to clean up all blueprints. Which I think there might be something in there for pieces, but I didn't look hard enough. I was hoping there'd be one for pieces, like loose pieces, but I didn't see it.
Salty says it's so it's fair to say that Grounded 2 is buggy. I would do a rim shot, but we don't have one. Yes, it's
Salty. Too early, bro.
And here's the thing. This is one of my biggest things that I was worried about because Dolphin actually said it earlier while we were playing. He said, I blame Unreal Engine because that's what they're using, right? They're using the Unreal Engine type of thing. But Grounded 1 is a solid game, right? But you waited 4 years to get to this point. And Grounded 2 comes out, and people are excited about it. And I understand it's early access for people on Xbox. And if you're not on Xbox, you got to pay $30 for it, okay? I love the improvements that they've done with it, like the buggy. Fantastic. The buggy in the game, like you're getting that adventure last night where we had to get the eggs and we had to go into the anthill.
The game sidetracks you so bad.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
bad it sidetracks you.
Right? With a group, it's fun. By yourself, not so much fun. So I opened up our server to other people that are members of the chat that have been here for us for a while. They can join in. We shared the server, but it's disappointing to me. Even though I'm having a blast. I really do like Grounded 2. I like the improvements they've done. Like I said, I like the buggy. I like the way that you can do stuff. You can carry more stuff. You can run faster across the map. He can climb. You said it earlier, Sarge. It's pretty cool how they like climb up on the things, and he can like run over all the little gaps and stuff like that where you would fall as yourself running. The ant can move. There's a spider which I don't have yet. I like that part of the game. I like the way they upgraded the tools, the Omni tool, where you can just like if you walk up to it to cut something down, you hold X.
I don't like how it's community though. Like when you upgrade something, it's for the whole community.
Server. It's for the server.
So I can't upgrade my own. So it's my thing individually plus with the bonuses that you do for the community.
No. So if you collect the teeth, if you find the teeth, that's for everybody. Yeah. If you find a recipe and then do the research, that's for everybody. It's for the server. It's not for your individual. Okay. Individual goes for is if you have to kill something 100 times, then you level up your mutation type of stuff. That's individual, right? So if I get 100 kills, you're not getting 100 kills because you didn't do the actual thing. If I jump or steal or block,
no, but I'm talking about going to the actual the computer base underground, and you can actually like upgrade your Omni tool there.
Yeah.
So is that like the axe and the?
Yeah, as long as you have the recipe for the server. So the Omni tool,
the server counts as the upgrade for the Omni tool.
Correct. So as long as you have the pieces for the Omni tool to go to level 2, then everybody on the server gets level 2 weapons.
Okay. Well, that's something we need to do.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're trying to find the blueberries.
Yeah.
Inside the map.
Not to be confused with blueberries from Battlefield. Separate blueberries.
Yeah, separate blueberries.
Yes.
Right.
We're talking about actual not actual blueberries.
Well, the actual digital fruit blueberries. Yes, inside the game. We're looking for them. Don't tell us. Someone's gonna be like, they're over by the bushes over the upper right.
Yeah, don't tell us. Shush.
Don't say anything.
Shush.
Okay. Now someone's gonna do a fake one. They're in the
right now. They're
they're
backspacing. They're backspacing. This is a good chat. This is a good chat. They know.
No, someone's gonna throw out a fake one. It's gonna be salty, or all turn. It's gonna be all turn. I'm gonna go with all turn.
I mean, we're playing with a 10-year-old nephew, Altern. I don't think you can do any worse.
El Dente says the blueberries are in the map. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. We got. So what? Let me know what you like, Sarge, because we played. I
didn't know there was a map.
He just found the map this afternoon.
I found out this afternoon. I played
this
it.
Afternoon.
I played all last night.
And
I never found the map.
Even though I said last night, hit the back button and hit the right trigger and the left trigger, and it moves the thing.
I don't like that.
I know.
I don't like the select screen with the knob on the right, controlled by triggers, and I'm trying to figure out what page I'm looking at. Like, no, I don't like that UI. It's a bad UI. That's all I'm saying. It could be better. It's like a half-ass attempt at a UI with a controller. Is what
joke's on you, Jones. We're not in a garden. We're in a park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where would the garden be in the park? Right. So we think we know where it is. We think we know where it is. You need blueberries, just load into Destiny. Hey-oh! Bosh. Yeah. Nice one, Krebsy. So you played last week. We played a survival game. We played a Biotic Factor.
I liked it a little, and now I'll never look at it again because of Grounded 2.
Because of Grounded 2. Yeah.
There's no reason.
I said it last week when we played. I said when Grounded 2 comes out.
And that example right there is the issue with gaming industry, right? There's always something else coming. If you want me to play your game, then it better be accommodating for me to want to play the game. If I find something else, we're just moving on. That's it. We're just moving on.
So what did you like? Because you don't really play a lot of these survival games. I love playing these survival games.
I mean, I used to play them back in the day. Like I love State of Decay. That survival game I love.
I think I bought 3 or 4 survival games this year, right? Or played 3 or 4 survival games because I played Dune Awakening, I played Dragon Wilds. Okay, we played Biotic Factor and now Grounded 2, and there's one more. I think there's one more I played. Right, I love
certain ones I like. I enjoy the challenge of a survival game. I don't enjoy you making it so tedious and you're going, Ooh, it's so hard. Like,
All
no,
right.
it's just tedious.
Well,
It's just tedious.
why do you like Grounded 2? You never played Grounded 1. So playing Grounded 2, what do you like about it? What do you like? And
I mean, I didn't get a headache from playing it, so the colors are good. The frame rate's decent, even though it's a beta. I thought that
what's the driving factor of you playing it though? Like, why would you continue playing it?
Well, the driving factor for any game is it's fun to play.
Well, no, that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's
I think
fun to play.
Well, what?
Well, I like co-op too. I like playing co-op. I like to play with friends.
I thought you were going to say because it reminds you of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and fantasizing being in the backyard and stuff like that.
No, because if I had said that, then it would go against what I said originally. Why I didn't play the first one is because all I felt like it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I don't care about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, even though I know that's exactly what it is. As a matter of fact, they could just put it in front of a house, and you're like, "Yeah, this is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids."
Well, they did. That's the first one was that.
This is a park. This is a park.
This is a park. No, the first one was in a backyard.
Right. So, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's blatant. Like, should people be sued? I'm curious. Should the developers of Grounded 2 be sued because it's just basically a video game of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? I mean, for God's sakes, one of the kids who's got asthma looks like the kid's son from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It looks like his son.
He does look like the son from Honey,
so
I Shrunk the Kids.
I don't know how close you want to get without, like, if Nintendo is suing, you know what I mean? Like, pick a team. Hey, pal, this is
what? Okay, so what do you like so far? What do you like so far that you found out inside of Grounded 2?
I like how some logical things are appropriate. Like, you can find more water early morning because the dew's on the blades of grass.
Yep.
Right, the dew on the grass in the early morning. You can actually see the dew on the grass better at night because it reflects off the moon.
Yep.
So during the daytime, it's harder to see the water droplets.
It's like a high risk, high reward though, because at night you can't see, but you can see the water. But if you go out, there's more creatures.
Yeah, I like the controls for moving your character around and the options you have to fight the bugs with the dodge move and the type of weapons you use is actually pretty intuitive. It's not sluggish, so you can you can actually dodge, juke, attack, heavy attack. You can actually do some kind of like little combos if you start figuring it out. It's not just a button masher. Like, if you stand in front of something and button mash, you're gonna die. You got to block, you got to dodge. I don't know a lot of the creatures yet, but I can tell you this: the learning curve is severe because the first couple of things are really easy. Like, oh no, it's a spider. And then later on, you figure out that the spider is nothing compared to the giant praying mantis, or the giant scorpion, or the giant huge spider. Cockroach,
or the spider. Oh, the cockroach is fine. I won't ruin that.
Like, if you're afraid of bugs, it's going to be a problem. I mean, I want to see the spider in this game that made everyone terrified of the first game. That looks so real that it freaked people out. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Well, we did. It was the Orb Weaver.
Yeah, but that didn't look like...
That's the purple one that comes out now.
Yeah, but it didn't look like the spider you guys kept talking about for the first one. Like, people were freaking out because it looked like a spider, and they had to put a thing in the game.
They still have it. They still have it.
Not look at a spider. Like, if you got arachnophobia. Like, I get it. But it didn't look... It looked good, but it didn't look real.
My favorite thing about exploring in this game... my favorite thing in this game is exploring. And the reason for that is that in normal games, like if you explore in Dune Awakening, like you're exploring like a world, right? And it's a desert and there's rocks. But in this game, it's the same, but it's different because all of a sudden you're going across and all of a sudden you see a cap gun laying in the grass and you happen to run up the cap gun. Or you see a magazine, the magazine is now like a tent. Or you see you know what I mean, like an ice cream cone, and you can walk inside the ice cream cone and stuff like that. I love finding little things around, like, oh, that's clever. Like, you find the little caps on the ground, and you're like, oh, that's a cap gun. That's a cap gun ammo for that thing, you know, to pa, 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 right? The little circle with the little red dots.
The 8-shot one, not the paper
like you
one.
Find
the paper
stuff like
one was
that.
horrendous.
Like, there's a picnic table, and the picnic table has like a knife coming down it, so that's like the ramp to get up on the picnic table. Like, I love the little attention to details that they do for it.
You don't have... You can't change the environment, but you can build objects in the environment to get to the areas you need to go. It's like you don't I can't move the knife into a different spot.
No, the knife
and
is
then
where
use
it
it to
is.
get up. Like everything is static, but they allow you to build
stuff. Yeah, you could build across off of it,
yes.
and you can build anywhere. You don't have to claim the land.
And I didn't realize that either. I thought you could only build in the area around your base.
Oh no,
I didn't know you could build anywhere. Because I didn't realize when you build anywhere though, can the stuff just be in the chest and you can just build it, or does it have to be on your person?
No, you have to be on you. So if you carry clay with you, this is a big thing from Grounded 1. So you would carry clay with you, and then you build ramps, and then you could put the ramps down. So if you need to get up to a stump or something, you build the ramps with the clay, because clay is everywhere. You could pick up clay and then and keep it on you.
Clay's near the puddles of water.
Well, yeah, you could find it pretty much anywhere, and you could carry a lot of it. So you can make, and it's 2 or 3, I think, to make a ramp. So you can just constantly make ramps, and then if you do that, so the way my brain works when we're playing is we have our base, and I want to make the base self-sufficient and protected, but I want to get it off the ground, right? And then as we go out and explore each area, I want to put
you find a new spot to put a little resting area,
another base, a smaller base, where if you die, hey, you happen to be traveling, you're hey, we're going to go to sleep, then you can go to that base
instead of having to run all the way back.
Instead of running all the way coming back and stuff like that. You start establishing a portion, and then also marking little waypoints, not just on the map. You actually plant a flag in certain sections. So if you find the acorns, you put a flag down saying acorns, and there's a tab, and you could put acorns.
So you remember where they go.
So hey, I have to go get acorns.
You get turned around.
Yeah. Hey, I need the roach. You know where the roach is. So you mark it and go, it's in this area. So you start to mark the things. It does a really good job with that. I can see
the kids having a ton of fun with it though. It's just fun.
Yeah, we were playing this afternoon. It was my son, Sarge, and Dolphin. And it was fun. It was fun. My son wants me to invite him to the server, but I don't want to do that because then he'll run amok in there and just kind of he'll get bored.
I mean, the watchtower was a good
destroy
idea.
Stuff and whatnot. So I said no. One of us has to be on.
The watchtower was a good idea though.
It's a good idea. I said it looked ugly though.
Okay, but it was still a good idea.
I got to the top.
Idea. I got to the top. I looked around. I can actually see shit.
I said great idea, but the way you built it, you knock out the bottom step and the whole thing falls down. I said you got to put some structure there.
But it doesn't fall. It's not gravity, does it?
Oh yeah, 100%. If you knock out that bottom step, that whole tower will fall.
Oh, so there's actual gravity.
Yeah, that's why I'm building the scaffolding. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just building where you feel like building.
That's why I told him. I said it's a great idea. I love it. I said, but you have to build it better.
Oh, I didn't know it was affected by gravity.
Yeah. You can't just hang just a scaffolding in the middle of the air. You got to put the scaffolding and make it touch something at the bottom to make it support. And then you can only go so far out before it gets integrity, and then it'll fall off as soon as you step on it. So you have to build up the structure. So they give you angle brackets. So if let's say I build a stack 5 tall, well then I want to build out. Well then I got to build the triangles to go out to make it support the weight going out further, right? So you have to actually build with it. He's just building a straight up tower with one staircase made of leaves, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna break. The next raid comes over, they're gonna just run up into it and go tick tick tick. And it's just going to fall.
Yeah, speaking about the raid thing, I think from what I was listening to, I think because we're not following the list of shit to do in the top left corner, that they attack you for not moving forward. It's like what's the proper term for this? It used to be called something in a video game. In the old days, it used to be just a clock. You're out of time and the mission's over.
Yeah.
But in this game, that if you don't complete the tasks given to you, they keep attacking you with bigger and bigger things until you keep dying. But there's no real penalty to that, except that I just die and I just respawn back at the base. It's not like a punishment.
Well, what would happen is the longer they're there, they're attacking, we're attacking them. So what would usually happen is they would start attacking your base and breaking your base up. And you're trying to kill them, but we all died, so they just give up. You see the problem? That's what's happening now. So they're there attacking us.
So if we all die right away, then they just go away. Then that seems to defeat the purpose of them attacking the base.
Yeah, but they're coming there, and they're also basically giving you, instead of going out and hunting a scorpion, the scorpions are there, or the spiders are there. So you're getting the specialty type of items, and that's why you want to kill them.
I don't understand that part. That seems a little weird. I'll have to figure it out again when we get back on
early access. So we'll see.
I get it.
Yeah. So What else is that? Oh, another nice quality of life that they're doing in the game is that in other games you have to go up to the chest. Like in Dune Awakening, if I have, let's say, rocks on me, I have to go to the rock chest and I can do a hot insert to put all the rocks in that chest, right? So I can just run up and down the chest and go click, 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 and it puts the... In this, they said, we got you. You just do hot load. Okay, well, on one chest, you hold X.
Hot load.
Yeah, and it just dumps your entire inventory into all of the chests. So you don't have to go to each individual chest to put the leaf and the rock, because it knows that you already have one in there. So it says you already have. So if I don't have a rock in a thing, it'll stay on your person.
I don't know about naming anything in a kid's game hot load.
Well, I don't know if it's called hot load, but hot. I think it actually is called hot load, isn't it?
I don't agree with it. I'm hoping that's not.
I think that's what it's called.
I'm just saying it should not be in a kid's game. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, so you dump your shit inside.
That's fine.
Is that better? Dump your shit?
I mean, a little bit, not much.
You dump your hot shit inside the thing.
Right, water? Come on, man. It's terrible.
Hot load? There you go.
In today's world, it's terrible.
So anyway, you take your shit and you throw it in the chest, and it just distributes it across all the chests that you have. So
in that room or in the whole base? In
your base. So if you have 9 chests, instead of going to each individual chest and putting the thing here, there, you just touch one chest, hot swap, whatever it's called. I don't know, right? It's not a hot swap, right? You know what? I'm going to log in and look at what it's called. Anyway, when you dump it in there, it goes to all the chests. If you don't have something already in one of those chests, it just stays on your person until you decide to put it in there, and then when you have more of it, then you can dump it in there. Yeah, incoming hot load, guys. That's it. Yep.
Actually, I don't want a 40K survival game because 40K by itself is a survival game. I think the average lifespan of any human being, I think, is like 4 days in 40K. But someone in chat, I don't remember who it was, talked about RoboCop. Like, I know there was a game out.
I have RoboCop.
I know, yeah, but not. I'm sorry, not RoboCop. I know there was a game out about the Terminator and surviving. I know there was one. And it was. I'm not sure if it was VR or was first person. I don't remember how long ago it came out. But I think that would actually be a good game if they did it a little bit better, where like you're just some guy trying to survive in the Terminator world, right? And you have to find out where the resistance is, and you join the resistance, trying to find all the weapons and stuff. Like, I think that'd be a decent game. Yeah, but was it like that? Because it seemed to me like that game was more like the Aliens game, just with the Terminator, right?
I'm going in. We're gonna look.
That's
at
what
it
looked like to me. That's why I didn't find it appealing. Like it looked like it looked spooky. You're running around, you're trying to dodge the Terminator, but it felt like the Alien game, but it didn't seem to have any sustainability.
You guys, I love how Eric said it sounds like a hot load. Sounds like an 80s porn. All right, hold on. Let me see what it. Okay, if I have hot deposit, it's a hot deposit. That's what it is.
It's not better.
That's what it is. I knew it was something hot.
It's like the Sesame Street version of what it's supposed to be.
It was hot deposit.
Not better.
Yeah, it's hot deposit. Yeah, quick eject. That's it. Yeah, quick eject, hot deposit, hot load, starting.
I mean, don't they have like the guy come in who's like from child services and they just reach?
No, engineers and developers. No, engineers and developers don't see that stuff, right? They just.
I know they don't see that.
They just make it. And they're like, yeah, we'll just call it hot deposit, and everyone's like, that doesn't sound too good. They're like, hot load. No,
I mean it's
hot shit. No, what are we putting?
Yeah, but okay, Travis, real quick, let's not get into it too deep. Was the Terminator game survival? Was it done like the Alien game, where there's only a certain way to kill him, and so you have to run around until you have to find enough stuff to actually kill the Terminator? Like, was it done that way, or was it done like, okay? Because otherwise, it's like, I didn't see the appeal. Like, I thought it looked good, but I didn't see the appeal because it didn't look like you were actually like out in the world trying to survive, not just from one Terminator, like the world. Like the world is trying to kill you. Like that kind of level of Terminator game, I would play that. But that one didn't seem like it was like that.
Well, speaking of RoboCop, anything else to say about Grounded? Or I'll talk about RoboCop a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I played RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. That's the full title. It's a standalone sequel. So it's a sequel to the actual first game, but it's not like a Mass Effect where you're like continuing like your your skills and everything like that. It's like a fresh game, but the story continues on. I liked it. I played, I think it was 11 hours. I played a total of 11 and a half hours, I think. I didn't do all the side missions because the way they were set up is a little weird because there's like every like 2 chapters, there's like a small hub inside this building where it's like a city within the building, and you have to help like individuals out and do different side quests and stuff like that. That's okay. The dialogue and stuff is decent. I think it was better in the first one as far as the story plots, side missions, and stuff like that. The story in this one, pretty decent as you go through. The gunplay is where you're at it though. Like the being RoboCop, and I never really used other weapons. I only used the regular gun that full auto, had all upgraded with my chip core, and I was just nonstop unlimited ammo, bullet pierce or armor piercing, blowing up people, splattering them. It was amazing. By the last like 2-3 hours, it was just headshots, slamming people into like there's yellow like vents and garbage disposals and different things that you can just speed up to someone, grab them, and then you just slam them up against the. It's just fun. It's just utterly like stupid fun. If you're a RoboCop fan in any way, shape, or form from the original, not 2015 or 2014 RoboCop, we're talking Murphy, RoboCop, old school 80s. Okay, it's fantastic.
Anytime I ever think about that original movie, the one scene I see over and over again is the guy that fell into the vat of toxic waste.
Yeah, he's like,
and his friend runs him
hits
over
with the car.
truck.
Yeah, and just splatters all over the.
Yeah.
I had nightmares about that.
Yeah,
I was
awesome.
scarred. Yeah, that was
awesome. I remember watching that in the theater.
Do you understand?
Nightmares.
I'm so scarred. I even made an example today when I said he's like a homeless person walking across the street and someone like might hit him with the car in real life. That vision.
It's possible today.
Yeah, no, that vision happens all the time. When I see someone doing a crosswalk, just anywhere, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a small child, a woman, a guy.
Your brain goes.
My brain goes. Yeah, my brain goes directly to RoboCop, where they're help me, bam, and just splatters all over the place.
Yeah, wait for it.
That's exactly what happens. That scarred me. That and Poltergeist with the pool, with the skeletons like popped out of the ground, right?
Oh, are you talking about that Poltergeist?
Poltergeist, yeah,
the pool.
The pool.
The
Yeah,
pool
that scarred me too.
Yeah, the coffins coming out of the
Now
ground.
that I think about it, a lot of movies scarred me. Jaws, didn't want to go in the water, right? Poltergeist,
didn't watch TV. Didn't watch TV.
Didn't want to watch TV. Yeah, or have old people knock on doors, right?
Yeah, yep. Any old person came to the door, say hello.
RoboCop getting slammed when he's melted. Indiana Jones, where the guy's face melts, the Nazi with his face melts.
Such a good scene, though.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Such a good.
All
scene.
these great, like
the practical effects for that shot alone, I think, was just sped up. It was a time lapse.
It was a miniature.
Awesome.
It was a miniature, and they had a blowtorch on it, and it melted. Yeah. They made the face out of wax.
Yeah, they
blowtorched it. Yeah, they time lapsed it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, Toxic Avenger. Yeah. You know what really scarred me, Sarge? Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Never ever watched that. Not because it's like gross in any way, shape, or form. It's just one of the shittiest movies ever created, and that'll scar anybody.
I mean, still the cards were hilarious though.
But the cards, I'll be honest, Garbage Pail Kids or Borderlands movie. Yeah, they're pretty close.
I'd have to go with the Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, their heads were freaky though. Like if some psychopath would have just taken the Garbage Pail Kid license and just turned him into like a Puppet Master movie and had like the cute little dolls with the big creepy heads try to kill people, it would be hilarious, right? It would do at least as good as Sharknado.
That's another one. I was scarred because of what was it, Critters, where the monster came out of the toilet.
Ghoulies. Those
Ghoulies. That's it.
It was Ghoulies.
Right?
Yeah,
I still to this day check the toilet before I sit down on it.
Before you sit down, yeah,
you got to check.
Well, that's what you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do anyway.
I don't want a fucking ghoulie come out.
Who's just slamming their ass down on the toilet without checking to see what's there first?
There's people out there. All right, that's it for games that we've been playing. And now let's go to top stories. Maybe you're in a hurry. I mean, if you're in a hurry, what was it? Is it Dave Attell
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He goes, you're never supposed to be in a hurry when you're taking a dump.
Yeah, when you take a dump, you never be in a
He
hurry.
goes, because you give yourself a hernia. Did you know you can give yourself a hernia? If anyone's ever not watched that,
Salty's young. He doesn't know. He doesn't know about that yet.
Anybody in chat, I know you guys don't watch a lot of comics. You see some from time to time. But if you ever want to see, I think they have it on for video, but mostly it's a sound bite. You can actually get
all turn. Sorry, Salty.
You can get the entire show of Dave Attell. It's called Dave Attell at Denver. Okay. If you can find it, it's like an hour, like 50 minutes. It's just one of those moments that when you listen to it, you realize that it was like the second show. The crowd was perfect. Everybody was drunk just enough. And his jokes were just shotgun blasts for an hour, right? If you can find it, get yourself a beer, pull your wife onto the couch, and listen to it. Or watch it. They might have it on video.
Kirby says sometimes the chocolate factory needs to open up early for some fresh Hershey squirts. That's also called a hot transfer or hot dump, as we were talking about earlier, Krebsy. Hot deposit. Yeah, is that what we're doing? Okay. Yeah, I saw Altern. That was you, Salty. I said Salty, but I meant Altern. So, all right. Let's start off with Star Wars. Okay. Ubisoft silently cancels the Star Wars Outlaws sequel after blaming gamers for the past failures.
I mean, it wasn't silent. There's an article about it.
Look, if you're going to blame us, I take full credit. Okay,
I'll take credit for that.
I played your game.
You're welcome.
Right?
You're welcome, chat. You're welcome, chat.
I played your game. I gave you $18 for the month. I played the game. I beat the game. It was broke, buggy, unfinished. You fixed it over the next 6 months. That was not my fault. That's your fault. You based it on a stealth game with gunplay with a speeder bike. And all three of those mechanics are broke. The speeder bike, the gun, and the stealth.
From what I hear, they're very important.
They're like 80% of the game, if not 90%.
Yeah, I think they were very important in that game.
Right? I gave criticism to it, and I remember, chat. I know there's some of you in here. I won't call you out by name, okay? But some of you defended it. Oh, the game's great. The game's fine. There's nothing wrong with the game. You guys are just hating on it. And then the developers came out and said, we hear you. We understand the game is broke, and we're fixing it. And I'm like, what now, motherfuckers? Right? They literally said that the game is broke, and they're fixing it. And it took them 6 months to fix it. So now they're blaming gamers for the past failures. No. Don't blame the gamers. You got to blame yourselves. You got to take a mirror, look in the mirror, and go, I didn't make a game. Remember the Saturday Night Live skit? Gosh darn it, people like me. Like
yeah,
that.
It was no, it wasn't Daily Affirmation. It was Jack Handy. It was Al Franken.
Yeah, Al Franken.
Al Franken. I don't remember.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I don't remember
like
exactly what the skit, the name of the skit was, but he. No, it wasn't Al Franken. It wasn't Al Franken. I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm getting mixtures of Pat in my head. But it's not Pat.
It wasn't Al Franken. It wasn't Al Franken.
Oh, it was Dana Carvey. Was it Dana Carvey?
It's gonna bother me.
Gosh darn it.
Keep talking it. Keep talking.
Like me. Anyway, that's what the gaming companies need to do. They need to take a mirror, look in the mirror, sit down, and look at it and go, we didn't make a game. We didn't make a game. We made something that looked like a game. Games have mechanics. And when those mechanics are broke, that's not a game. That's a broken game. So you have to fix the game to make the game a game. And then once the game, then people look at it and go, hey, this is a pretty good game. But you didn't even make it to that section. Right? You knew the game was broke. Hence why you charged $18 for the month to play it instead of charging a $60 version of the game, right? And that's the reason. So we are not to blame. We are the ones. I have a great video on this, Sarge. Criticism, right, equals hate. Go watch it. Okay, I talk about how constructive criticism is lumped into people that actually are just trolling or hate on something, but people that actually give criticism, constructive criticism, they're trying to make something better because they like the thing. I like Star Wars. I like video games. Star Wars video game, you would think, hey, this is a dream made in heaven. And then I looked at it and went, ugh, man, this needed 6 months to a year to bake. So what do you think about this, Sarge, as far as blaming the gamers?
Well, they have to try to deflect anything possible. I mean, they made the game. It's got nothing to do with the brand was damaged long before they made that game. And then they made the game and lied about everything and then gave you a broken game. So I don't hear them anymore. I don't hear Ubisoft anymore. All I hear is the pitter patter of little coins going into my pocket because I've shorted their stock for the last 3 years. Like that's all I hear. Clink, 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 clink. You hear that noise?
Right.
Yeah. It's the change going into my piggy bank. I don't care anymore. right? As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if Ubisoft subdivides themselves even further to make games and then characters and then scripts to sell to people to make games. Like, I don't care, right? As far as I'm concerned, I'm glad that whatever happened there happened. And we don't need to rub it in, but I'm done listening to them, right? They should be thanking God, right? Ubisoft should be thanking God that people actually liked the Brooklyn expansion for Division 2. Right. They should be thanking God that people are actually playing it.
Robert Jones asks, is the game good now? I don't know. I'm not paying $18 to find out. And I think Matty Plays, I'll plug another creator. I think Matty Plays about a week ago said that he played it now that it's all done. Like all the expansions are out. So he might talk. I didn't watch his video though, but I remember seeing a thumbnail of it's done, and I'm playing it now to see if it's good or whatever. So I think Mr. Matty Plays actually has a video on it.
I got confirmation. It is Al Franken. It's Stuart Smalley's Daily Affirmations with Al Franken. That's what it is.
Okay, yes. So it was Al Franken.
Yeah, it's Al Franken.
Travis says, I mean, the sequel was canceled because gamers are whiny twats and would rather play their 9 quintillion Souls-like. They're not whiny twats, right? See,
no, whiny twats are only in England, Travis. Come on, man.
Listen, Ubisoft made a game over budget because they had to pay 25%, 27% to just get the name of Star Wars to put it into their game. And then they didn't complete the game, right? They didn't complete the game. And because it was a broken, buggy, unfinished game, and no one bought it because it was a broke, buggy, unfinished game, and they leased it to you for $18 for the month, they didn't make enough money, and that's how business works. You don't make enough money to make a sequel, and that's it. And that's how business runs.
That's exactly how business runs.
Right? Good, bad. If it's a good product, more product. Bad product, sorry.
Go away.
Yeah,
that's it.
See you. Good luck next time. I'm going to blame the people that bought the game. They needed to buy 5 copies each. 5 copies each.
Imagine the balls you have to have after failing miserably, lying to the public, having to cheat, lie about everything. And then afterwards, after the smoke clears, the building is destroyed. You go, your fault. It's you guys. You. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. All right, next story. Oblivion Remaster hits 9 million player milestone.
That's actually very good.
Yeah, but again, player. We don't know what
the
actual sale. No, I'm just saying I hate when they use player.
I don't care.
Yeah,
if
it's
9 million players
it's like
tried
13
it,
13
I'm
years
not
old.
saying they finished it. I'm not saying they finished it. I'm saying they tried it.
Yeah, they turned it on and they tried it. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I bet you if I look at total sales of the game, it's probably only about 2 or 3 million. So that says a lot about the staying power of an old Bethesda game remade.
I mean, it's 11 years? 2006 RPG, right?
You have to understand, people who played the Bethesda games back then were coming off of games like the SSI games from back in the day, the old role-playing games where it was 2-dimensional. Your guy, you got to make him what he looked like, different hair colors, and he had one animation. He did this, and he did that. Was like, that's the attack. That's the only thing he did. Like, so we're coming off of that, and you put me in a 3-dimensional world where guys are walking around. I get to talk to them, their mouths moving. Like, that's why the game was so epic back then, because we didn't have games like that, right? Skyrim is the cherry on the long cake that we had waited for to be inside of a fantasy world, 3-dimensional, and it actually all worked. Right? That's why people loved it so much. So when you go backwards and you show people like, hey, we're going to use today's graphics, we're going to do it on the first time we tried it. Like, I would be willing to try Morrowind at this point, because if they made
like this,
if they made this one look that good, then I would be willing to try Morrowind, because same principle.
Here's my thing. I downloaded it, played it. I played it for about 10 hours. I haven't gone back. Not that I don't like it, but I already beat the game. I beat it 11 years ago when I played it. So it's like, or longer than that. Sorry, 20. Did I say 11 years? I meant to say like 21 years, right? Because it was 2006. Yeah, right. 19 years, right? So 19 years ago, I beat it. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's got good graphics now, but I don't need the graphics. Like, I'm okay with remaster. I don't really buy remasters and remakes and stuff like that. I don't. I get there's an audience out there. I read an article the other day talking about how people that remember gaming when they were younger, and then they grew up, right? And they got a job, and they went to school, and they got a family, and now they have time again, right? Time is like the key, the essence.
Yeah. You come back, now, and the world's completely upside down.
So now they go back, and they're like, oh, cool, I remember Oblivion, right? Like 19 years ago, right? I remember Oblivion, and now it looks that. And so it reconnects them to that. I'm not that guy because I already played it, beat it, and I'm like moving on with my life, right? But I totally understand why people like remasters. I personally don't like remasters myself. Real quick, John says, where is that? Where did John say the thing? I missed it. Oh, damn it.
I'm a paying customer?
Yeah, the paying customer one.
Yeah.
Right? He says, I'll bitch if I want to because I'm a paying customer. That's right. That's right. You're allowed to do that, right? And don't get me wrong. If you didn't buy something, you're also allowed to bitch why you didn't pay it, but you can't be on the same level playing field as the person that bought the game and complaining about the game to the person that didn't buy the game and is also complaining about the game, right? Because you paid the game and you could tell you if it's good, bad, or not, where the person that didn't buy it goes, I didn't want to buy it because it looked bad. It didn't look good, and that's why I didn't want to buy it.
But I'll still go with the fact that if you're able to get present-day people to try a 19-year-old game, just to try it, right? Right? Even if you didn't sell, I still think they probably sold at least 2 or 3 million copies.
I think they sold about 3.5 to 4 million.
Right, which back in the day was fantastic. Nowadays, not.
I think
so
they
good,
actually came out and said
but
they
it doesn't
actually
matter.
sold 4 million copies.
But it just says something about the staying power of that type of game, that many people are willing to try it. You're willing to try it because you gave the graphics enough to where people are like, hey, this looks kind of interesting. Let me look this out. What? It's a 19-year-old game, right? Like for instance, I would play a remaster of any game that happened during the turn of the gamings where graphics started pushing out and the body and quality of the work started coming down, where they were that's like the turn in the road. So the games during that like 3 or 5 that was like a 5 or 7 year period, like early O's, right? Where games started getting better graphics and lower quality, like the meat of the game wasn't there anymore, and do remakes of those, that'd be fine.
Here you go.
Be fine with that.
So this is just on Steam, right? The Oblivion remaster, 216,000 people 3 months ago when it came out. On average, anywhere between 1.72 million and 2.51 million people purchased the game. Okay,
that's a win.
Yeah, that's a definite win considering,
especially for a remake. That's a win.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with if they ever come out. I think obviously it'll be more and more. It's a wonderful game. It's a wonderful game, and now with the graphics the way it is, I think it's even better. But time is the essence, right? So let's go with the next story.
But the old SSI games, there's like 9 of them. If they did that whole series over again in BG3 engine, Travis, it would cost like a few $100s easy. And they're not that long. The long part of those games was the fact that the combats took too long.
So Division 2, Sarge, the thing that we played for 5-6 years, and we stopped playing because they didn't know what they were doing with their game. They wanted to charge and do like Diablo type of style stuff, and then they said they're going to reset you all the time, and then they backed down off of that, and then they said, here's an extra DLC we're actually going to do.
Couldn't let the game just be the game. Had to keep fucking with it. They love to tinker. They're like, oh, they're still playing with it? Let's find a way to squeeze some more money out of them. Like, why don't you just leave us alone? You didn't give a shit about this game for 4 years. All of a sudden, you come back into the attic and you want to clean it out? Leave us alone. Leave me alone with my game.
So here it says the Division 2 has hit heights not seen in over 5 years. Proof that proper DLC still matters to gamers. Okay?
No shit. Put this under the category of no shit.
But as Jay Breezy says, the DLC is mostly negative, right? So people got it, and they got suckered in again. But people like that the DLC's there, okay? So it says, rarely paid too much attention to the earnings report, especially if the big game publishers, but something nestled in Ubisoft's latest stood out to me. He says, why? Because once was talking about the Division, not because of mobile game, remember, they also wanted to do a mobile game, will be forever delayed, and Heartland was also getting canceled. But no, it's also good news. All players in Division 2, of which I am one, specifically, the latest DLC has been a massive success in conjunction with the game dropping into Xbox Game Pass. Okay. Oh, look at that. Game Pass is saving it again. Okay. It says, Tom Clancy's Division 2 had a very strong start fiscal year with the launch of Year 7, the Battle Royale Brooklyn DLC released a new season and inclusion in the Game Pass and drove significant growth in acquisition and engagement, reaching the highest activity performance May of 2020. Now, think about that for a second. The DLC is not part of Game Pass. People were playing because Division is in Game Pass. So people that never ever tried Division before or Division 2 before said, "Hey, I'll give it a shot. Oh, I like it." And they have a DLC and they sold that DLC. Okay?
Yeah.
Imagine that. But Microsoft bad, right? Microsoft bad for. So now think about this, Sarge. In 6 months, when Tom Clancy's Division 2 decides to go off of Game Pass, right? Guess what happens? Those people that purchased the DLC for the new DLC for Brooklyn now have to pony up $30 or whatever it is, even though you get 20% off or 25% off. Now they have to go buy Tom Clancy's Division 2.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, but I'm not mad at them.
No, I'm not mad.
I'm happy that someone actually made a DLC that's worth having, right? So you stopped caring, then you wanted to mess with it, then you stopped caring again, and then you're like, well, let's just make one more DLC, and then they make the DLC and it's good, and once again they perk up out of a coma. Oh, what? The DLC did well? How could we capitalize on this? How about you just let them play the game? You're gonna throw in a T-shirt, a digital T-shirt that says, "I got fucked for 5 years for Division 2, and after 5 years, all I got was this lousy T-shirt." Like, is that like the skin you're gonna sell me? Like, I don't understand. Just let the people play the game, right? I was so disappointed in the last ending of that. I only call it DLC. The seasonal content that we did. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm like, just finish a chapter, guys. Just close a chapter.
Here's the thing with Steam, right? Mostly negative, and there's only 22 people that gave a review, and all reviews is mixed with 183. Let me tell you something. A lot of people move the fuck on. It's a 7-year-old game.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're like, we're good. We
got shit to do.
We've played plenty of Division.
We got shit to do.
Right. And we're moving on. Right. So they're getting the most interaction possible, but on Steam it's mostly negative. On Xbox, I don't know if we can see what they're saying over there, but so there you go. They're looking at this saying, hey, look, game's 7 years old, even though we wanted to switch it up completely.
Yeah, but most interaction, they use that as like a badge of honor. On hot days, my balls get a lot of interaction. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that it's that popular. All it means is that at that moment, when you guys took the slice of it, you guys are like, well, we've only had 200 people playing the game over the last year and a half. And so now all of a sudden 1,000 people played it. That's the most we've ever had. Yes, it is. But the numbers is still so far low that if I compare it to anything else that's in the normal frame, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Oblivion is beating you. It doesn't matter, right?
Right.
We've moved on, right? All you should care about, right, is if your friend likes it and he wants to play with you, that's a win. And if you care about seeing anything else from the company again, if the game sold well, that's it. Everything else is just garbage. No one cares what they have to say, right? Did it sell well? Cool. Maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah.
It didn't sell well? Oh, I don't know. Sounds kind of bad. Someone calls me up and is like, did you try it? It's fun. All right, I'll try it. If we're going to play together, I'll try it. Like, that's the line. That's the line. I don't know what else you want. You want like an invitation from the company? Oh, we heard you played a lot of survival games, 30, where we're calling you special and letting you know that if you try our game today, we'll do. Like, who cares? They're not doing that.
I get to try it special. Oh, thank
no
you so much.
No one cares, right? You got a week to lock me down for a couple weeks.
You throw in a 12-pack of donuts, I'm there.
I hear new games coming out. That's my only thing. Like, someone tells you this game's coming out. Yeah, it's good, bad. Like, I heard other games coming out.
I mean, I personally can't believe that Battlefield EA didn't reach out to me. I mean, I'm one of their biggest fans. I talk about the game all the time. I can't believe they didn't reach out to me. All the guys there that were playing Battlefield.
Once again, you're allowed to like trash. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you like trash and the company goes out of business, you don't pick good game companies. That's all we're going to tell you. If every game you've ever loved, the company goes out of business.
I'm betting on the horse. Number 7's going to win. He's dead last. Well, he's a good horse. I had fun watching him.
It was fun. Can only go so far. That means, even the girls you have keep cheating on you. You're picking the wrong girls. It's the same shit. Yeah, yes, you're getting laid, but in long-term aspects, your life's going to be miserable.
Travis asked the question. Yes, but you ever speak positive of it, 30? Yeah, I speak positive of Battlefield all the time, about what Battlefield was. Not this, game that they've created in the last 10 years.
Frankenstein.
Right?
Yeah.
Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, it has,
you make a good game, and I play good games. I played Battlefield 1. I played Battlefield 3 and 4. I played Bad Company 2. I didn't play Hardline. Hardline's a piece of shit game. Didn't play it. Didn't buy it. Didn't own it. Okay? All right? Didn't buy Battlefield 5. Why? Because it was a piece of shit when it came out, and then they fixed it, and then they abandoned it. Right? I didn't buy 2042. Why? Because it was a piece of shit game when it came out.
Because I have eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't buy 2042 because I have eyes. I saw it. No thanks. We're good.
Popper Jones says, I feel attacked. Well, you can feel any way you want.
Oh, Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones. All right, next thing. WB Games Montreal is working on a AAA live service title based on DC Comics. I mean, we all know. I think it, Sarge, I said it the other day, this is 100% a DC Marvel Rivals, right? This is what they're making?
Yeah, but before we even move on, we just have to pick out the title. The editor of this should have just left off the first A because it still works and it doesn't confuse the reader. WB Games Montreal is working on AAA live studios title. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to say this and put the extra A there. It looks stupid and it sounds even worse, right? Where are the editors? Where are they?
Travis says, you're a piece of shit game. Fuck all of your haters. Hardline was a great game, just a shit Battlefield game. No, Battlefield comes before Hardline. It wasn't called Hardline Battlefield. It was called Battlefield Hardline.
Yep.
And it was a shitty game and a shitty Battlefield game. If you can't do the Battlefield in the game that you called Battlefield Hardlines, it's a shitty game.
Yeah, right.
And sales say otherwise.
Because it's the lowest.
It's a shitty game.
It's the lowest. Yeah. I really worry about. I don't really worry about them, but for the sake of the conversation, I worry about WB.
You think?
Like let's all be honest, chat. Like, we all know they're gonna copycat Rivals, right? Like, we don't. Everybody raise your hand. Like, we know. Like, you can't tell me that WB and the corpos in the offices didn't go, hey, they made a superhero game.
You see what they're doing over there?
Yeah, they made a superhero game. It looks like they're doing pretty well. I mean, we have superheroes, right? Like they're sitting around in an office.
What are those guys in there?
Right,
yeah,
right. They're sitting in an office going, well, hey, we got superheroes, right? He's like, sir,
yeah,
we
have 2 games out right now that are live service.
We have DC, sir. He's like, we have.
What is this you call?
We have power? Like, no, sir. DC, it's a comic book line that has heroes. So we have heroes.
Power.
Right. Right? They don't fucking know what they have. Like, you have like 1,000 characters, right? You can make a game. They wait for the game to fail, make another game. You think of the logic. Think of the logic. I can't even think.
How many Batmans can there be, Sarge?
But you have Overwatch. You see the popularity of Overwatch. You still have all the heroes. You still owned it back then. Nothing, right? You watch it crash and burn. Then you watch somebody else make another hero shooter that just crashes and burns. Then you watch 3 other people make hero shooters with no effort, crash and burn. And then someone goes, hey, you know what? We could do a Marvel one. We could do a Marvel one pretty good, right? So they do one, and then WB comes out of a coma and goes, we got heroes. We're gonna make our own. Like $10 million. All right, $10 million that this game comes out, and it is the weakest attempt of Rivals ever.
Well, first of all, do we think 100%? Do you think it's going to be a DC Rivals edition of
1,000%?
Yeah, I think 100%.
1,000%.
I can't think of any other live service comic book rendition.
All they saw was money. Skins, kids love it, money, done deal. You want to hear my version of this? That would work.
Sure,
right?
It can't be worse than theirs.
I mean, I could throw shit to the wall and make better than WB, right? So,
would you call that a hot deposit?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Okay. You have the Justice League. You start off with just the Justice League. You don't go everywhere. You don't go fucking everywhere. Right. You just do the Justice League, right?
Okay.
Justice League heroes.
This is not the game they're making. This is the game that you think they should make.
And not the original 5 heroes. You got to open up it a little bit. Maybe like the 12 or 13.
Well, first they got to make Aquaman, but they got to make an Aquawoman because they have to they have to do stuff.
Don't shit on my parade. Let me finish. Right? We're not gender swapping anybody. Okay, everybody's who they're supposed to be. Right? I'll give you one. Just so everyone just stops crying. We'll make Green Lantern black. It'll be fine. Right? So now
black. There's a black.
Right? I understand there is. I'm talking about we're doing this version. If you pick the year, depending on the decade you pick, it's a white Green Lantern. Anyway, getting back to the point, Justice League on this side. Legion of Doom on this side, which means everybody's got an anti-hero to fight against, right? And instead of capture the flag or points on a map, right, you have citizens in the city who are movable flags, who each side is trying to capture and bring to the side.
You said flags, right?
Flags. Yes, flags with an L.
I got you. Okay, just making sure.
You have citizens that act like flags that are movable. Right. So instead of capturing the flag, you're trying to capture the citizen and bring it back to your side, like save the citizen type of thing. Same type of thing. And then same layout. Just do it like the Rivals do it. Have some fun with it. WB has no shot. No shot at even coming close to a fun factor resembling anything. Right. How much you want to bet there'll be an article that WB pulls somebody out of the Rivals employee pool to help them? How much you want to bet? How much would you bet?
I'm going to say no, because WB is going to go. They're not going to go across the ocean. WB is sticking with Montreal and Canada. They're not going to pull someone from over from NetEase and stuff like that. So I think, look, they have to be lost, right? Because they just had multiverses. They just had WB. WB had not only every single DC person to use in a video game, because they bought the company that was making the game for multiverses, okay? But they had Harry Potter and the Potterpuff Girls and all the Looney Tune characters. They had all of them, not just DC, okay? They had all of the IPs, and they went, we don't know what to do with this game.
Yeah, we don't know.
They're like, well, I don't know if we could add one guy or maybe two for the year, right? Marvel Rivals is like, TikTok, bitches. We got Blade coming out. You got Blade, and in 4 weeks, we got another one coming out. Like, this is what you have to do with a game like this. Overwatch 2 has 43 characters, Sarge. It took them this long to get 43 characters, right? From Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, 43 characters. Marvel catches up next month. Blade is 41. Next one's 42. I'm sorry, 2 months from now, they are tied, and they've been out for 8 months. Okay, 8 months, and they've already caught up to the amount of heroes that are with Overwatch. Blizzard's going, I don't understand what's going on, right? WB has no shot, right? They're going to throw in some birds of prey into this game first, instead of like putting Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, right? God forbid they did the Legion of Doom, okay, with the Justice League, right? No, they'll be like, we're going to add Mad Hatter and some like other random person.
Yeah, the WB could have an entire hero line of porn and stars, right? And everybody would only play the game for 15 minutes and it'd be over. Like, you know what I mean? Like, WB doesn't have the ability to keep you in the game. They don't know what they want. They just want to follow the money. That's it.
Oh, you know what they're
That's
gonna do?
all they want to do.
They're
gonna make don't care.
They're gonna make a live service game like Marvel Rivals, but they're gonna put the Nemesis system in there.
They spend the extra money to buy the Nemesis system.
No, they own it. They own the Nemesis system. Yeah. That's what they'll do. They'll be like, yeah, you're gonna be these characters, and you're gonna have choices to make. And be like, what the fuck you doing? That's what they're gonna do.
Like the Joker insults Batman, and it says tension. It comes on the
I'll
screen.
remember that.
Yeah, it comes on the screen like they both punch each other for like 10 seconds, and the game goes tension. At the end of the match, depending on who wins, the guy goes, "I'll get you next time."
And it comes. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
They're not gonna, dude.
What Ron says? What if it's a DC baseball game? I mean, that might do better.
That might do better.
Yeah, that might actually do better.
And actually, wait, DC baseball, but they're kids.
Oh, the younger,
right?
Yeah.
Legion of Doom versus the Justice League. It's a baseball game when they're kids. Winner.
I like it, Ron. I like it.
4 million copies. Easy.
Easy $4 million.
Easy $4 million.
But they'll spend $400 million making it, and $4 million they'll be like, sorry, we had a sequel in the works, but we're going to blame the fans.
We're going to blame the fans.
We're going to blame the fans. Little backyard baseball, DC. There you go.
Yeah, DC, yeah. Winner.
Speaking of WB.
I don't want to speak about WB.
Tales of the Shire.
This trash fest. Can we get it in the chat? Can we get it in the chat? Come on.
Tales of the Shire is one of the worst rated Lord of the Rings games in the history.
Shire. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
We watched IGN's review about this, Sarge. Okay, earlier this week. And Travis Ty, whatever, I forget his name, pardon me, works for IGN, talked about this and said all they had to do was make it Animal Crossing, but with Lord of the Rings. And they couldn't even do that correctly, right? Like, Animal Crossing is the bar for a cozy sim, right? A cozy life sim. That's what it is. Animal Crossing. Graphics are absolutely garbage for Animal Crossing, but people like it. They don't really care about the graphics. It's just a fun game, right? This is the bar. Here comes Tales of the Shire. They're like, we're going to make a game like Animal Crossing. Oh, no, we're not going to hit that point. We're going to stay down here, and we'll do quality of life. We'll fix it later. We'll put it in there later. Your game's done. Your game's done before it even comes out because you're missing features. It didn't hit the bar of Animal Crossing. Okay, there's reasons that you put certain things in the game and go, hey, I like that game. We should make a game like that. And then they make that game, and they don't make the game like that. They make it completely different that has nothing to do with it, and they go, but it's Lord of the Rings. You're like...
Well, that's the shield.
Yeah.
That's the shield.
But it's Lord of the Rings. We have all of this. People love Lord of the Rings. Why don't you like our game? Because it's broke, buggy, and unfinished, and
trash.
Yeah, it's a trash game, right?
No, but look at the title of the article, right? And this is why you can tell who gets paid and who doesn't, right? Because once again, if you were an objective writer and you were just talking about the game, right? It appears they're talking from the facts, right? Tales of the Shire is one of the worst rated Lord of the Rings games in history, right? Now, they didn't say sales.
Tough competition.
They didn't
say
say
Gollum.
sales.
We got Gollum.
They didn't say sales. They said rated.
Yeah, rated.
Right?
Yeah, rated.
Rated, right? So you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's low ratings. No big deal. I'm sure it sold well.
Maybe it sells well. But everyone that played it said it gets monotonous really fast and it's boring. And when you think it's going to get better, it doesn't.
Just like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't get better. They're like, he put 25 hours in, and in his review, he said, I put 25 hours in, but it crashed on me, and I spent 5 hours trying to get it to go back to the thing, and it kept crashing on me, right? That's excellent, right? He said they didn't put a patch in after the fact, after he reviewed it, that could have fixed the things, but he doesn't know. But to spend 25 hours playing the game, and 5 hours of those was just trying to get back in the game to continue playing the monotonous game that wasn't fun, doesn't sound like a fun time.
Well, I would think you would want to spend any amount of time and make like a Battlefield game like they did. They did a Battlefield Lord of the Rings. Remember that? It was a Lord of the Rings battle, whatever. It was exactly like Battlefield. Exactly. Except it was just done poorly. It was just done poorly. If they had taken time and just did that game correctly, it would have been a great game and people would still be talking about it today. They would be playing it like on the weekends once or twice a year with their friends. Like, get back into Lord of the Rings, fight the troll. It's Battlefield, but it's Lord of the Rings. Take over the points, take over the castle. It's just hell. It's basically Chivalry before Chivalry came out.
Yes. I actually said while we were playing Chivalry, I said this would be a great Lord of the Rings game.
Yes,
is what I said.
Yes,
I said you thematic that into Lord of the Rings, and that's a better game.
How do you sit in the office and just sit around and you're thinking about, what do you guys want to make, Adam? Well, I don't know what kind of game you want to make, but I know the sword stuff and the clang is fun, and the guns are funner. Like, I don't pick one. Like, take an IP, make it interesting, put some money into it, and make it sell. Why do you guys constantly piss away IP and then blame everybody?
Here's the best part. They canceled Wonder Woman. Now, WB, not the company, right? Not this. They canceled Wonder Woman, but they said, yeah, go ahead with Tales of the Shire. Go ahead, take this. They canceled Multiverses. With they could put Lord of the Rings characters in there. They didn't do it, right?
Are you telling me for a one-time
Isn't
deal?
WB Wait. Am I getting confused? WB owns Lord of the Rings, don't they? Yeah, because it's Discovery, which is on HBO. Right?
Everybody's buying out everybody so many times over. I don't remember anymore. Let me. Do you need to look it up? I need to look it up. Do they still own them?
I don't even know anymore.
It was oh my God, there were so many sales over the past.
I always get this confused.
Decade.
They own them, right, chat?
Point being,
Embracer.
BlackRock owns them. Probably. BlackRock owns everything. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I'm getting it back.
No, Warner Brothers does not fully own Lord of the Rings franchise. They do own the rights to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. So they do own a part of Lord of the Rings. Okay, I'm correct.
So are you telling me for a one-shot deal for $25, just $25, right? It's a live server. You're just part of the battle, just the one battle, the Battle of Helm's Deep. Like,
yeah, they own the rights to Peter Jackson's film, so they can do anything from a movie's perspective of the Lord of the Rings.
Like you have like EA graphics of Battlefield, but Lord of the Rings, and it's a server. Just everybody's in the battle for Helm's Deep. Like you wouldn't play it. Like you wouldn't throw money at that one for like the weekend or for the month. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why they struggle so much to try to find IP to sell to people, and then the IP that allows them to sell it, right? The money that you would want to spend anyway because you think it's interesting, that they piss it away. And now you have to sell generic stuff because you've pissed away the IP so badly, no one even cares about the IP anymore. So you have to make generic guys fighting, right? And they won't even take the time to give the generic guys any kind of background or story to make them even interesting for anyone to care about. It's just copy pasta. It's sad.
Yeah.
So how long before we get to the DC game? 2 years? Because you know
I would say 2-3 years.
They can't
by that time, Marvel Rivals will have 100 characters in the game.
Be awesome.
Or 60. No, if they're at 40 now, 12. So I would get them to 50. Well, yeah, 60, and then they'll be around 72 people in the game. So DC will come out, be exactly like Marvel Rivals, but they'll have 10 characters in there.
All right, let's move this on. I want to get into the meat. We're cutting into time.
Yeah,
we're cutting into time.
Here's the quick GTA 6. Rumors say 30 frames per second, Sarge. Right? Rockstar veteran says that you might prefer the visual. Angry. Right? You might prefer the visual details offered by a lower frame rate anyway. It's a trade-off. Okay. My question to you, Sarge, because I already know the answer. And I think your answer will be the same as mine. Okay. People complain about 30 and 60. Gotham Knights, the reason Gotham Knights failed is because of 30 frames per second. Okay. Do you think if Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out and says 30 frames per second, do you think people will play this game?
I got to be honest with you. I really, really don't think anyone who's going to play GTA 6 gives a flying fuck.
100%.
30 or 60 frames a second.
They won't give two shits if it's 30 frames or 60 frames.
They'll do the little cheating thing to make it look like it's a higher frame rate. You know, the little gimmicks that they use. That'll be fine. But there's no way, because it's not 60, that people are not going to buy it.
Yeah, see, people say they care, but once this game comes out, they'll buy it. And they'll be like, "Oh, well, they're gonna update it to 60 frames later, right?" Just remember, if it does come out at 30 frames per second, I said this. The reason that they might push it back even further, it might go out to September next year, not the May. They said there's a rumor that it might go back to September next year. Remember, the farther they push it back, the closer we are to the next gen systems.
Right.
Okay.
So they're gonna pull the same move they did for 5.
So 30 frames per second on this console. And then the next console, they'll make it 60 frames per second, and then people have to buy the upgrade and whatnot again, and that's how they're going to buy it again. The tail end of the console, okay? Make the game look good, make it run. Maybe they do a 60-frame update later, but they're going to sell you, look at the graphics over here. Look at this over here on the new systems. That's how I feel this is going to break down, right? I don't know if it's going to come out 30 frames or 60 frames, but what I'm saying is, if it does come out 30 frames, nobody's going to give a flying fuck because they just want to play GTA 6, and that's it.
So hang on, Krebsy, you believe that when GTA 6 comes out, you believe it's going to be 60? Are you saying it's going to be 60 across the board on all platforms, or maybe just PC, or do you believe across the board 60? Because I saw you ran up there. I saw you say it's going to be 60. You think it's going to be 60? I'm curious.
I I think people make a bigger deal of stuff. Now, I can see 60 and 30, right? A lot of people can't, okay? But Gotham Knights, when they come out and say, well, the reason that game failed is because it wasn't 60 frames per second. Stop. Nobody was interested in the game. That's why it failed, not because of 30 frames, 60 frames. If Grand Theft Auto comes out at 30 frames per second and it goes on to sell 80 billion copies, okay, I don't want anyone to ever say again that, oh, it's because it's 30 frames per second. I can't believe it's 30 frames. They're going to buy the game because they're going to play it. That's what's going to happen. I agree, Krebsy. I think it's going to run 60. But what I'm saying is, if it does, the topic is, if it's 30 frames per second, will people buy it? 100% they would. 100%.
All right, let's get to the meat. I'm hungry. Let's get to the meat.
Hold on. Let me see. What else we got? We got that. We can talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, no. This is going to be it. This
okay.
The cow's coming.
We got so many fucking stories of Battlefield. Okay.
Let's start for just today. Let's start today.
Yeah. I want to talk about the event for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So let me bring up actually this article right here. Okay. This article is from February. And the reason I'm bringing this up, okay, this is from February 5th. Okay. This article is from February 5th. Now, I want to set this up with, remember when Grand Theft Auto 6 didn't have a date yet? They didn't push it back. We didn't know where it was going. Okay. We just knew it was coming out in 2025.
Right.
Okay. February, Battlefield was like, oh, God, we don't know if we can get it out on time, and we might have to push it back to 2026 and early 2026. It's going to happen. We don't know if this game's all hands on deck.
Right.
Then you watch today, right? This is one article. This is another article. Okay, Battlefield 6 is expected before April 2026, right? Here's another article. EA prepared to move Battlefield 6 release date likely to avoid GTA 6. But then GTA 6 came out, and the industry went, oh, God. Woo! Thank God we don't have to compete against that. And Android Wilson was like, do you guys compute? We must all hands on deck, push it out, right? And then all of a sudden, they decided, they came out of nowhere, and they're like, game's done. Game's done. Here it is. Let's show you 3 hours of footage today with a mega... Look at this thing, right? Look at this thing.
Dude, that's a $2 million room.
This it's got like 100 PCs. Top floor, bottom floor, back and front, announcers, cameras. Look at the lights. How many lights and Desco things that are happening, right? Full-on press, okay?
Full court.
Like they went into high gear, and there's downhill, no brakes. They're full-on, that's it, right? They went from, we don't know if we're releasing this year, to here it is, beta next week, pre-order now. This is it. This is great. It's Battlefield. They come out trying to be edgy, right? They start cursing. Let's fucking go, right? This is fucking Battlefield. Like the devs are cursing. The announcers are cursing. It's got that little edge to it. Look how much fun this is, right? They're spending a shit ton, a ass ton, a hot load of money, okay, on this Battlefield press. Now, I get it. The way it works is, like, I'm 47. I don't fall for this shit anymore, but I understand what they're doing, okay? They're saying all the keywords. They interviewed all the developers as the 4.5 hour stream, right? 4.5 hour stream went on. They're like, hey, what do you say is one of the best things about Battlefield? Well, we're just going back to the basics. We're just going back to those roots. We're just going back to the modern time. We're just doing the thing, right? This is all they're saying, the key words. Well, we really think the destruction is the thing. You could level the battlefield. You could do the battlefield moments. You could do the thing, right? Like that's what they're doing. And all of the things they're saying, they just got back to zero, because that is what Battlefield was 12 years ago. 12 years ago, it was wide open maps, wide open, no lock classes, right? Good battles, fully destructible environment, levolution, all of this shit. And they're like, yeah, we're doing all the things. They pulled a Madden. They pulled a Madden with the cone of vision and the running back hit stick and stuff. They took it out, brought it back, and we're supposed to be like, right? Like everyone's going to stand up now and start clapping with me, right?
Like
we're all,
it's
a slow clap and everyone's back. They went to each individual thing. What do you like about Battlefield? It's back, baby. It's back. Battlefield's back. It's so much fun. No shit, it's fun. No shit, it's fun. My problem is not with Battlefield, right? My problem is with Battle Royale that's coming out, which is not Battlefield. My problem is with the 100 million vision of camos and stuff that they're going to do inside their game, which they talked about it and said, oh, yeah, there's a Battle Royale coming. But they're full court press. We got a campaign. We got a campaign. They're talking about it's going to be Call of Duty. It's this. But does that mean, but is the game done? Is the game done? Because they said they were going to come out early next year. And all of a sudden, it's coming out in October.
They found the will.
6 months early.
They found the will to pass it on 6 months early. They were all crunching.
Like I'm just look. I think it's impressive, right? When I watched that, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good, but it also looks like COD, right? It reminded me of COD.
I watched COD for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it reminded me of COD, the faster paced type of stuff. But you did see what Battlefield is. A lot of the guys were working together, working as teams, and stuff like that.
They made that very specific because those guys were talking very specific. They were like, you have to speak. You have to talk in team base. That's exactly because normally you wouldn't see that on games because people play the way they want to play.
Right.
If you watch specific streamers who play as squads, different story. But they made it a very, very specific point that when you were watching them, they were talking the whole time. First of all, look at this room. Right?
Look at this.
Right? This is at least a $2 million room.
If there's 100 computers and they're like $3,000 rigs, $4,000 rigs,
there has to be 2 computers.
Yeah. No, there's
one.
They're back in front.
One for streaming them and one for them to play on.
Oh, they do actually. Yeah, they have 2 monitors. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're thinking about that for a moment.
So 200 computers.
Think how much money they're throwing at this, man.
They had 6 sponsors.
Right, 6 sponsors.
I think it was more than that, but I think I heard them say 6 different ones.
They brought in everybody possible to butter them up to say we need this to work. I went to 5 different sites besides the actual Battlefield site that was on YouTube today. I went to 5 different ones. I went to Level Cap, Karmika. There was a Raptor. There was like 2 other guys I went to. I went to the big name guys, right? And over again, what I'm looking at is, first of all, no talk about different platforms. PC only, right?
Yeah, but
running at the highest settings you could possibly have it at, and the speed was incredible. Like a lot of people were saying, like the TTK looks too fast. I said it looks fast because they're running so fast.
Yeah,
that it looks that way, right? But I think that if it was slowed down just a little bit more, it would be the same TTK that you thought. I didn't get to see, I think maybe once or twice in the 4 hours I watched, that it was actually a decent sized map with actual vehicles. And I mean all vehicles, like land and air, not just there's a tank on the map, right?
Yeah, I have to admit, though, when we were watching, I couldn't tell how big the maps were. When you play, it's completely different than when you're watching. Yeah.
No, I looked at the maps. There is no... I don't want to get back down into the details. I just want to call it out how I saw it. I didn't see Rush, but Breakthrough is the replacement for Rush,
which is Breakthrough was from Battlefield 1.
But it's the same thing. The difference between
it's from Battlefield 1. It's a Battlefield 1 thing.
Yeah, the difference would be instead of setting up the MCOM station, you have to actually take over the 2 points. It is what it is, right? It is from Battlefield 1. But I saw very few large maps with planes. A lot of close quarters, a lot of urban, right? And a lot of ice skating. I don't know what you guys saw for 4 hours, but I watched a lot of ice skating. The move where you get to slide on your knees and come back up behind cover like over and over again. Like people are ice skating across the map. I was listening for all the gun sounds. A lot of the guns sound the same. I didn't see a lot of bullet drop. I didn't see a lot of laser guns is what I saw. Like even for like the shotgun, like all I saw was a lot of laser guns.
Like a tactic Brit. He jumped out of the plane. He's
doing the move. He's doing the move.
Yeah.
I thought the pull the guy from the ground cover thing, like for the medic thing, was decent, but like this map is one of the ones I saw, but a lot of them is COD. It was COD, right? Small maps, 3 lanes, same thing. There might be a vehicle inside the thing. It's still COD.
See, this is the one of the franchises that gets me when I look at this and go, it does look good. It does look good. But then
it looks good.
But,
it has to.
But I'm not sold on it yet because again,
the pre-order thing annoys the shit out of me, where people see this and then get so wet behind the ear, they're like, I got to pre-order it.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure out why.
I will. Well, here, this is why I think that also the game. There's 2 things here. Either they're so confident in this game and they think that this is the best thing they've done, which is fantastic if they made a game and sold a game. Okay,
or studios are better,
right? Or they're like, this is the one shot we got. We got to full court press this and try to sell this.
Everything.
Right. We got to. It's like cleaning your piece of shit car and making it look like it's not a piece of shit car, but you got to clean it up and go, look at this brand new car. You're like, hey, that's pretty good. Oh, let me get the door for you. And you open up the door because if they pull too hard, the door might fall off. But if you do it, you know how to open it. And you put it up back up there. Like, oh yeah, this looks great. Yeah. Oh, let me get that for you. You know what I mean? Like, this looks like they're like, hey, look for yourselves. You want to see gameplay? You saw gameplay, right? They showed you 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours of gameplay.
Right. 4.5 hours of gameplay. Very specific gameplay, mind you. Okay, yes. of the maps and stuff that they want to show, meaning is the rest of the game done? Is it going to be complete? Is the campaign going to be good? Is the multiplayer going to be glitchy? Are the maps filled with actual obstacles to run across now? Because obviously when you watch it at a snapshot, 4.5 hours on these certain maps, you're like, yeah, look, it looks pretty good. But what about the other 14 maps, right? Or the 11 maps, whatever? Are they as good? Now, I get it. They have a couple of weeks. Now, you have an open beta next week. Open beta. They're very confident. They're like, hey, look, watch it on Twitch. Watch for an hour. Get a code. You get to play next week, right? And then after that, you get to play it again, right? The following week. So they're doing hardcore press, and then it comes out in October. So you go August all in, all right? August all in, 2 weekends. You get to play it for multiple days. And if you pre-order, you get to play, I think, even earlier or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So they're very confident in with this. Now, that gives me a little hope about the Battlefield game is going to have Battlefield and be Battlefield. But then there's that other thing that they didn't talk about, which is the Battle Royale. The open world, Warzone-esque, Fortnite-esque, one map, giant thing, and they want 100 million people. Because 100 million people are not buying this game, right? 100 million people are not buying Battlefield.
Yes, but they started to specify what they meant by that. They mean that they want 100 million people to play Battle Royale.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Right? 100 million people, they want to play Battle Royale. Well, if they get 100 million people to play Battle Royale, what do you think is going to happen to Battlefield?
I mean, first of all, I'm not sure if it's going to pull that number of people away to stop playing Call of Duty, because Call of Duty's game comes out this month or this year as well, doesn't it? Like, that's the whole point. So as I'm watching this game being played, I'm watching Call of Duty, and then Call of Duty's coming out this year. So who do you think's coming? Do you think you're going to get both? Are they going to play both? That's my question. Do you think the COD crowd is going to play this game as well because you made it like COD?
I think a lot of people,
they're trying to be everything. They're trying to be the Battle Royale, they're trying to be Battlefield, and they're trying to be COD. They're trying to be everything.
I think as a business, I think you're just trying to get the biggest swath as possible, right?
Yeah.
You don't care. You don't care if they play 10 hours or if they pay 1,000 hours. You just want to sell the game, right? So the hardcore people are going to buy the game, right? $70, $80 version, $90 version, $100 version, whatever it is. Okay, that's it. I think it's going to sell. I said 10 to 12 million copies. That's what I believe it's going to sell. Even if that's what 2042 sold, okay, and that was a shit game, right? So minimum 10 to 12 million copies they'll sell, okay? Now, let's say it sells 20 million, and then they abandon it, and they just go, oh, it's on Portal now. They're doing Portal stuff, or they're doing Battle Royale stuff, or they're doing whatever else stuff, right? They're trying, which it seems like, between Portal, making your own maps. You can make your own maps in Portal, okay? They talked about that a little bit, right? You can play the Battle Royale. You can play the campaign. You can play the game where you just talked about. I can't think of it now. Breaker. Jesus, I can't think of it. Anyway, they have all these different game modes. They're basically making it into like the Fortnite lobby, where you come into Fortnite, you're like, I'm going to play Save the World, I'm going to play Blitz, I'm going to play the Rock Band, I'm going to play. They have all these different game modes, and that's where they want the 100 million. They don't care if 100 million people are playing Battle Royale, if they're playing the single-player campaign, if they're playing the Portal. They just want to do as many things as possible to get the biggest swath of people to come in. So I do believe that people that are playing Call of Duty will give it a shot, but then they'll abandon it because they're solo guys. They want the kill streaks. They want that Call of Duty zombies. They want that Call of Duty whatever it is, okay? And that's not what Battlefield is, but Battlefield wants to be what Call of Duty is.
Yes. But you did see how they had everybody. Like everybody worth a damn who
anybody
streams.
That ever played Battlefield that was a streamer was there.
Yeah. But they talked about it though, like they were all Battlefield people. They were not.
Right.
They're all COD people. Right.
So this was last week. They had this article pop up. Okay. The article popped up and it said EA's all-in bet with Battlefield 6 includes a multi-million-dollar creator campaign. Okay. And this is another thing what we're talking about. And I actually had Can You Trust? I had a video. I'm poaching my own stuff. Okay. I had a video that came out 2 weeks ago talking about Can You Trust YouTube creators? Okay, because they get paid in some way, shape, or form. If that's being flown out somewhere, if that's being sponsored by them, if they're in the EA Play program or whatever it is, right? And it doesn't mean they can't say negative things, but they just lean more towards the positive things than the negative things. Okay, they don't give you the honest opinions for a lot of the stuff, right? And obviously, a lot of these people build their brand off of playing games like this. Like I like watching Jack Frags, right? I like watching a Level Cap and stuff like this. Okay, so EA all bet in. It says Insider Gaming has learned that EA will be spending substantial amount of money to creators to help advertise Battlefield 6. Why would you spend so much money? All right, the game should just speak for itself, should it not?
Yeah, but it can't fail. You're throwing money on top of money at the problem. It's gotta work, right? The price tag we're talking about over $500 million, right? 500 million.
Right. That's right. That's what it is.
That's just the cost.
That's just the game.
That's not the advertisement. That's not the
marketing. Yeah.
Right. It has to work. So they have to pull out every stop possible. They have to blitz this. They have to blitz it for the next 2 months. It's going to be Blitz City. Every article, all the commercials, all the streamers that are on the. You have the initial streamers that they paid to be there, and then you have the other streamers that are gonna follow them along for the next 2 months who are going to promote.
Yeah. It says, according to a source that acknowledged EA plans, EA has been eternally poaching content creators for past month, as well as outsourcing its efforts to various agencies. For many creators, Battlefield 6 reveal includes all expense paid trip to Los Angeles. Okay, it's something that's
normal,
not unheard of as such events, but also a substantial amount of money, said sources. In a package deal, creators have been offered funds to cover the Battlefield 6 reveal event, as well as being required to release an allocate amount of coverage for its Battlefield 6 beta, which is also scheduled to take place in August. According to one source who wishes to remain anonymous, they weren't authorized to talk about the deal publicly due to NDAs. It was also said that they also most amount of money they've ever seen sponsored deal.
The most amount of money.
And I don't think they interviewed a person like me. Right? I don't
Yeah.
think they interviewed a person like me. They probably interviewed someone like Nadeshot or Tim the Tatman. And they're like, this is the most money I've ever seen in my entire life for an event like this, right?
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder, is the game good? Or is there problems hiding behind the curtain and it's just being told, it's back, baby. It's back.
Well, first of all, if you looked at the site, you couldn't type in the site because the bots that they have just kept spamming the at Battlefield 6.
Battlefield. Yeah.
Yeah, all I kept saying over and over again for like a good 3 hours. It's 3 hours is just the same shit. Like every time someone tried to type something, it was gone. Right? No one was actually chatting in the chat box. It was just a constant stream of just the hype. That's all it was. And then when I went to the other sites, people were asking the good questions, right? Especially like Level Cap Gaming and Karmaka, because they were on the same game. I think they were playing against each other, and they were asking like, "How's the shoddy? How's the spread? Like, is there a bullet drop?" And the guys are something like
that. Shotgun looked a little OP.
Like I don't notice. First of all, I didn't notice a lot of bullet drop at all. I see a lot of laser cannons that were going off during the matches. A lot of laser cannons. Like people were firing wherever the reticule was. That was it. right? Once again, I said it earlier, a lot of sliding. That slide move, that on your knees to the ground type of thing. I thought the medic move was interesting. The pull him away
where
from
you could
danger.
drag. Yeah, well, that was supposed to be in Battlefield 5.
Right.
That was supposed to be in Battlefield 5, and they took it out. And it took 10 years later to get it back in the game.
I didn't see a lot of from listening to it on the ones that actually were stopped talking. I couldn't listen to the mainstream for too long because they wouldn't shut the fuck up. But on the normal ones where the guys were firing the weapons, some of the guns sounded good, but the feel of the guns and the sounds of the guns were okay. Most of the guns sounded the same though. You didn't get the impact, right? The shotty didn't have a lot of impact either. I didn't notice I don't believe the shotgun's OP rules until I see it in action and play it for myself. I saw one side, of course, was saying the shotgun was OP. The other side saying the shotgun needs to be thrown away. Like you get that kind of shit all the time. But I'm talking about as I'm watching them play the match, how the gunplay is. Right? It's a completely different game when you play on console than if I have mouse and keyboard. The way that game looks, with max settings on the most badass machine possible, and 100 people are playing with mouse and keyboard, of course it looks amazing because everyone can snap quick the mouse around and do all kinds of cool shit. You're not going to get that same kind of playability with a console, right?
Yeah.
So I'd have to see it again on console. The fact that they set it up that way with all PCs, right? Same thing, Krebsy. I noticed that too. They were running when they were crouched. Yeah. Right. It seemed a little. You can call me a boomer if you want. I'm not a boomer. I'm still an Xer. But the speed of the game seems a little too fast for Battlefield. It's right up. It is right up in line for a Call of Duty game, especially in the urban conflict stuff.
They tweaked it up, but not as much as Call of Duty. Right.
Right.
It's like it's higher what Battlefield is, but lower than Call of Duty.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was the feed or if it was actually the actual speed of the game. But I didn't think that TTK was too quick. Because I did notice a lot of guys who were trying to do a juke move and they get shot and they were able to get to cover before they were officially dead. But most times that if you were shot at, even though you were on the move, you were done. Like even if you tried to slide behind cover and whatnot, you were still done. Right? I did notice that the rocket launchers did a little bit too much damage, I think, because I was watching some
shotgun
guys
was the same way.
Firing like 2 rockets at a tank, and the tank was destroyed, and it was from the front. It wasn't even like a side shot or a rear shot. Like I'm watching guys destroy tanks with 2 rockets. I watched one guy. I'm not sure if it was planned, but it looked hilarious. He tried to do the Jeep stuff move, right? He got blown up. The guy survived, and he was running around the tank. And rather than the guy just backing up, he's trying to chase him with the turret, which is hilarious.
Right.
And so you're watching the guy run around the tank like this, and he's just using the repair tool to kill the tank, and the tank's not moving. He's still trying to chase him with the... I'm like, are you serious right now? Do you call yourself a Battlefield player that you're going to let some monkey with a blowtorch destroy you in the middle of the match because you won't back up or go forward? I was laughing hysterically.
Yeah, when you're watching the gameplay, we'll go back to a little bit of gameplay here, and then we'll go to the next Battlefield thing. Right, the shotgun. Everyone was running around with the shotgun. Everyone was running around with the shotgun.
Well, because they want to see the range. They want to see if you can fire at range and kill somebody, and they were.
Yeah, they were long range. They were shooting people like 30, 40 yards out.
But it might have been slugs. I get it. It might have been. It's fine. It might have been slugs. You can't. I can't bog down into the mud with the pigs. I got to let the game play and just call it out as I see it. Otherwise, the destruction looked decent, right? The destruction looked decent, but once again, it's not that it can be destroyed. It's that it can be destroyed and it's purposeful, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not paper mache. If I throw a grenade, the wall shouldn't get blown out. Like that's not the whole. A grenade's not going to blow out the wall and the floor. Like tank rounds, rocket launchers, C4, those kind of things change the way a building looks. But they did it to be like for more impact and effect, where guys are just running around and shit's just falling from the buildings, like it's just raining debris. I get it, but at the same time, it's like it's not purposeful.
Look how fast he switches, right? shotgun, reloads, switch to his other gun. Like it's fast.
It's very quick. A lot of the comments that I read for most of the 2 or 3 hours on some of the sites was it looks too quick, and the TTK is too quick. That's the opinion that I saw. Not from the people who are playing it though, from the people who are watching it.
And when I look at this, a lot of the UI and stuff does look like Battlefield 2042 still.
A little. But I didn't notice a lot of C4. I didn't notice a lot of like placed like mines and things. Like I didn't know if they gave them the full kit unlock when they were playing. They might only have the basic stuff. You know what I mean? Because in the older games, to get like the C4 things wasn't like immediate. You had to unlock it.
Look how far away he's shooting with that gun, dude. Look visually.
I noticed
visually it's definitely good.
I noticed there was no night vision. I didn't see any night vision. Nobody put the goggles on for night vision.
No, was it? Maybe there was, but no one did it.
Well, if there was night vision, I didn't catch one in 3.5 hours. I didn't catch anybody throwing a smoke grenade and then switching over to their night goggles or their infrared goggles. Excuse me, infrared goggles. Either way, but that's what I'm saying, Krebsy. Like I watch so many matches, but they're playing like this run around, just shoot, not even conquest maps, but it looks like just like COD. It's COD.
Yeah, they got the PlayStation controllers. That's what they're using for the PCs. Yeah, I guess some people, right, are using. This guy's using keyboard and mouse, right? TB X.
Oh, most of these guys are using keyboard and mouse.
Right. Yeah. Some people are using the controllers or whatnot. They're all over the place. It all depends on what they brought. Most of the time in events like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say most time events like this, the content creator brings their own controller, or they'll bring their own keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. They'll bring their own stuff with it. So it all depends on each of the guys.
Yeah, on most of the maps that I saw, Altern, a lot of these urban maps, there was not a lot of spots for snipers. I only saw the 2 or 3 maps that I saw where the map was big enough where snipers actually had spots to hide out in. I just can't get over this room, bro.
Okay, well, let's talk about the room a little bit, right? Because my background in this stuff is production work and stuff like that. This is very impressive, right? This room itself, by itself, took at least a week to put together. Okay, like think about all the stations. Okay, just from a production standpoint, you have 100. I don't know if there's 100. It looks like there's about 100 people. 100 people, top floor, bottom floor, cable management, monitors, setting up to the switchboard to know who's cutting to what. Obviously, they couldn't do everybody. So that's why they only cut to certain people. There's like 100 people in the room, but they only go to, let's say, like 20 different people because they don't have the capability of going to every
top guys.
They go to the top guys to show you, and they cut back and forth. If it's not the top people, they might go down to, let's put a female here, let's put a guy here, whatever it is. But for the most part, they're not going to show you everybody, right? Because they're not going to cut to their camera, their live feed of their camera, right? Then they have, like you said, they each have 2 monitors, right? They have what they're recording. So now the person that's sitting there playing the actual game has their own recording that they have on the actual device itself, so they can use that with the NDA that they signed or whatnot. Then just the amount of time that goes into it to make sure the testing that all of this works. If something goes wrong on the moment of the day, if someone can't use certain things, like this is a huge production. This production, I mean, with the gear, with the lights, with the setup, with all the stuff, this has got to be a $2.5 million setup here just for this 4.5 hour event, right? Took a week to set up, fly all the people in, put them up, pay them for stuff. And that's not including that stuff. This is just, I said 2.5 million just for this room, right? Just for the room, for the staff to set up and stuff. It's very impressive. What I didn't like about the presentation is it felt like they were sponsoring an esports event instead of a Battlefield. This looks like, I guarantee you they're going to do this again right after the game launches to pump it up a little bit more, okay? Because this is something that you would do after it launches to hype it up, but they've done this before, which, again, I showed you the article before. This game wasn't even supposed to come out this year. It was supposed to come out early next year, okay? And all of a sudden now it's ready to go, prime time. And for last month, they've been putting all these people together to try to bring them in to get to this one event. It's impressive, but it's like smoke and mirrors. It's like a magic trick, okay? And I'm afraid that the magic trick is that they're going to hype it up. People are going to buy. People are going to pre-order, just like they did for the last two. And then it comes out, and then something's going to happen. And then you're going to be like, what the hell? But my biggest concern is the Battle Royale, right? My biggest concern is the Battle Royale. So let's look at the different game modes that they have going on here, okay? So every Battlefield 6 game mode confirmed Rush, Conquest, and more. So Battlefield 6 is edging closer and closer to launch day, and the multiplayer from a reveal to EA showcase a wide array of game modes to sink your teeth into. We're releasing October 10th. Remember, we're supposed to release early next year. Now it's October 10th. We're 8 weeks away, basically. Okay, 8 weeks away from maybe 10 weeks away. Battlefield 6 is arguably the most anticipated title of the year, with thousands expected to participate in the beta weekends, and the 9 multiplayer maps will be available at launch. Now, this could go completely bad for them, right? Again, if they focus in on the maps that we can play, and they're making them the most perfect thing ever for the beta weekends, and people are like, oh, this is great, I'm buying it. That's going to sell a shit ton of copies next
Absolutely.
week.
Well,
okay.
They want the pre-orders.
100%. 100%.
They want the pre-orders.
I'm not hating on that. I'm just speaking of it, right? If the beta turns out to be like what it was for 2042, if there's like glitches and dips and flickering going on, that's going to be horrendous. And all of this is for naught, right? All of this is for naught. So with further maps to come out, post-launch updates, along with new events, there are plenty of whet the appetite with the core array of Battlefield 6 game modes offering something for everyone. All Battlefield 6 confirmed game modes. Okay, we have Conquest. Breakthrough. Breakthrough is the one I was thinking of before. All right, Breakthrough. You have Rush. I like Rush. I really like Rush. I like Breakthrough a lot. Team Deathmatch. Not a big fan of Team Deathmatch in Battlefield, but because it's always on like smaller maps. Squad Deathmatch. I'm never a big fan of this one either. Okay, King of the Hill. Wasn't a big fan of this one either. My go-to was Conquest and Rush, and then when they put Breakthrough in, that was like my new mode, right? This is like old school. This is like the old school Call of Duty, Team Deathmatch, Halo, all this stuff. And I just didn't ever. When Battlefield came out, I was like, I don't want to play those game modes anymore. And those are the lowest ones to play, right? Those are the ones that are never. You can't find lobbies like 6 months afterwards. No one's playing those game modes. Escalation, a brand new mode from Battlefield 6. 2 teams fight to capture a strategic control point with the climactic final battle to end the match. And then there's Battle Royale. And this is my sticking point here, because, again, I'm just talking about myself. If I purchase this game and I'm going in to play Conquest and Rush and Breakthrough, 5 months later, Battle Royale comes out, and all of a sudden they don't start updating Conquest maps or Breakthrough maps because all of a sudden they see the writing on the wall. They're like, oh, holy shit, did you see how many people are playing Battle Royale? Did you see this? Oh, my God, right? Because your plan's one way, but then there's an audible. Fortnite made Save the World, and then all of a sudden they were saving the actual world with all the money they were making, right? Like they went from Save the World to Battle Royale, and they never looked back at Save the World. The game that they created for 8 years was abandoned in 3 months, and they made Battle Royale. Now, obviously, Battle Royale is a completely different beast. Okay, same with Warzone, right? Call of Duty sold its soul to the devil. It's no longer Call of Duty. It's now Fortnite for adults with microtransaction skins and everything in the Warzone, which is the Battle Royale. So what happens to Battlefield? So it says another mode becomes a staple of first-person shooter genre. Battle Royale Battlefield 6 is a free-to-play, last-man-standing experience. The mode features traditional experience and gauntlet mode through the details of latter have not been shared. Which mode are you most excited for, right? So the least amount is that if this succeeds, I've said this before, if Battle Royale succeeds, Battlefield fails. And I'm not talking about the game fails. I'm talking about the franchise fails because it's no longer Battlefield. It's just another Battle Royale.
Right.
So what do you think about this, Sarge?
Well, I think when you try to do the Swiss Army knife, and you try to be good at everything, and you're never good at any one thing, right? A lot of the choices you have are good for game selection, but at the same time, if you don't have the population and you keep dividing it up, then you don't have a lot of games going on at one time, because you divide up the population too much, right? It's all good in the beginning because everybody wants to try out what they want to try out. But in the midst of the fall season, when COD comes out, people are bouncing around to other games that are coming out for the rest of the year. Does the game have staying power with all those selections that all those games are full, or you have matches to actually join, right? Because like you said, There might be people that only are in there to play. The COD players, because I think this comes out first, if I'm not mistaken. I think this game comes out first.
This comes out first.
And
COD
then
comes out in
comes
November.
out.
Yeah.
So you have all the COD players coming to play this first, right? Which gives it an inflated number.
Sure. And which they don't care about because they're making sales. They're making sales on that.
Doesn't matter. And then after COD comes out, the COD players go back to COD because that's what they wanted to play anyway, right? So does Battlefield have its population, right? Because the last couple populations of Battlefield wasn't well. So how do you keep them in, right? So their idea basically is to keep them in by using a battle royale, right? That's basically what it is. And, and the identity is wasted on the fact that you want to be something else than what Battlefield is.
Right. It's Star Wars by name. It's Star Trek by name. It's Battlefield by name, and not the actual thing. So here we have confirmation of the crossplay. It says it's been confirmed that Battlefield 6 will have full integration crossplay across multiple platforms when it launches in October. So there you go. That's good news or bad news, however you want to look at that. I hope there's a way to say I just want to play with console players. I would assume there is, considering they've done that in the past. So we'll see what happens there.
Crossplay, do you really? Well, listen, when you play a Battlefield game, if somebody's got mouse and keyboard and you've got a controller, you're not going to win.
Well, that and there's cheats and stuff like that as
yeah,
well.
But they're never going to stop it, bro. They're never going to stop it, right? There's still articles going on right now how badly there's cheating in Battlefield and COD.
Yeah.
Still.
So, then we have the PC specs happening right now. Graphic settings, 1080p, 30 frames per second is minimum. Recommended is balanced 1440p, 60 frames, high settings, performance 1080p, 80 frames per second. GPU, NVIDIA RTX 2060, NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti is recommended. You got 6 gigs of video, 8 gigs is minimum. Recommended is
we all know people got double-digit gigs especially for the video memory and the RAM.
CPU, Intel Core i5, Intel Core i7 is recommended. AMD Radeon 5 or Radeon 7 is recommended. RAM, 16 gig dual channel, 2133 megahertz or 16 gig dual channel, 3200 megahertz. Operating system, obviously Windows 10 minimum, Windows 11 64-bit, Direct 12 and Direct 12. Storage, 75 gigabytes HDD at launch, 75 gigs SSD at launch. I think you want the SSD. Obviously, you don't want
75 gigs.
Yeah. So there's that as well. So lots of news here. Hold on, let me see what else there's. I just think it's funny. I showed this earlier. Like the Blitz is on, baby. I mean, look at all the art. This is just one website that has 14 articles on guides and different things, right? Yeah, I get it's inside gaming, but like for God's sakes. That's a lot of articles to write in the small period of time.
Well, you just use AI. You don't have to really worry about that.
Okay,
especially if I'm doing something about if I give the AI the stats of the different kinds of classes and I want them to do who's the best class for what, and I do any article, there's no problem.
So here, Battlefield 6 Portal upgrade allows players to build their own maps. I think this is going to be, well, this is what it should have been in the first time they put Portal. Okay. Yeah, so they're building like roads up in the air. You could do whatever. Again, I feel like this is obviously
you pissed it away the first time. Why is this one gonna be different? You pissed away Portal the first time. Yeah. You didn't give a shit. You enough people didn't get involved, so you didn't give a shit. And you just stopped promoting it. So why is this one different?
So right now you can finally create maps. Okay, so Electronic Arts has revealed that Battlefield 6 will have an enhanced Portal experience that will allow players to use more tools than ever before, fully customized construction maps and modes from the ground up. This will allow fans worldwide to create experiences of their dreams. The modes you also make can also be imaginative as you like. Such as being open-ended, facilitate the creation of adventurous and unique modes. Again, Fortnite-esque, where you can build your own maps and do your own things. And I don't know, man. I just feel like certain games don't need this. And I think this is one of the games. I liked Portal where you could do the things before where if I wanted to be the old timers and make my own map and it's like the old school versus the new school, or you take the old maps, sit with the new guys and that type of stuff. But now you just make whatever maps you want, right? You can do whatever you want.
Well, if they give you the proper tools, if you have the proper tools to make a decent map, and there's actually resources in the game that allow it, like templates for different different terrain, trees. Like if it's a full modded thing that I can do it, then I could say, yeah, it would be interesting.
Well, my problem is, like, Fortnite says you can make your own map, but they give you a small map, right? It's not as big. Are you going to be able to make your own large-scale maps in Battlefield, or is it going to be more small-scale? I don't know.
It'll be COD. You'll be making a COD map, basically. Right?
So,
you got to be making a COD map. You're not making a Battlefield map, right?
I don't know. Right? It says, with updates of the UI, navigation systems are easier, and also you can find and share exciting new experiences made with Portal. Here's a trailer of a walkthrough of Battlefield's Portal mode. So let's watch this for a second. You're not going to be able to hear anything, so I just want to kind of see what they do, right? What kind of things they make in the screen. I can't even hear it, so I just want to see what they do. I do like how they're doing this. They have the devs talking about the different things that you can do in the game.
She didn't even twitch. The missile went off behind her. Yeah. She didn't even twitch.
Right, so it looks like, here, you know what I could do? Up close personal, designed to support close quarter combat. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like you're going to be able to make the smaller maps. Boast scale, epic setting, capture a lot of war experience. So it looks like you can maybe build the big ones. There's also Brooklyn. Bring the best of both scales and close quarter combat. All these maps are built in to support any of our variety of modes with custom layouts, and we also call combat zones that also been rigorously play tested and ready to ensure thrilling, authentic Battlefield experience.
I like how everybody just stands out in the open to be shot when you do these little videos.
Because it's Call of Duty.
I know.
So this is just they're not talking about where this is all the. Hold on, where is?
I give them complete props for the footage that they use for the hype. I give them full props.
Here. Yeah. So you can do
a fucking ramp up the fucking building. So instead of driving the hovercraft up the building, they build a ramp for you instead, right? That's basically what you're telling me.
You can put modifiers, he said. There's going to be modifiers inside. So redesign verified mode, modifiers will be allowed.
Yeah, no shotties.
Hardcore rules, sets with one-shot kills, closed weapons, so much more. All with full progression and XP gain. There you go.
But once again, flying tanks, like it's a clown show then, right? It's basically like a clown show, right?
They've rented the volume. This is what they're filming in front of. They're filming in front of the
sure.
thing.
I'm sure.
I mean,
once again, I'll wait and see how it is. We do know this though, bro. We know that the days of what a Battlefield game is supposed to be are over. So somebody else has to come out with a game. Somebody else has to come out with a game like Battlefield.
I feel that Delta Force is more Battlefield than Battlefield is being Battlefield. And Delta Force is a free-to-play game that has more Battlefield bones than Battlefield does. And that's sad to me. And I get it. You know, things change and the years go by and but what I just saw there
is a game that's already out.
Yeah, there's games out like that. The Battle Royale's already out. The custom-made maps are already out. You could do wacky, crazy shit in other games, and now I'm going to do that in Battlefield? No, I'm not. Right? If and when I play this game,
it's not meant for you, man. You're aged out. It's meant for the kids.
Weird? It's not made for people that were the fans of Battlefield the entire time Battlefield has been Battlefield.
I mean,
I get pushed out because I was part of the 2 million. I was part of the 4 million. I was part of the 6 million. I was part of the 17 million. But now I'm not part of the 100 million. It's not meant for me anymore. Like the cool kids came in and pushed the people out. Is that what's happening?
Well, you saw the flying tanks and the flying ATVs, right? I mean, that's what the kids want. They want ridiculousness, right? That's what they want, right?
I don't think kids want anything. I think the attention spans of kids are gone before they even know what they want.
Well, we're going to see if the game. Listen, the best part about this is
you yell squirrel. They're moving along.
I don't have any skin in the game anymore. Like I would like a really good Battlefield game, right? Just like anything else. No day one, no pre-order, no full price for a half-ass game. I don't know anything yet. All I saw was the biggest hype train I have ever witnessed in the last 5 years. I witnessed today for 4 hours, right? You have no idea. 4 hours of nothing but they were using announcers like they were calling like a wrestling match, right? And here's the part that annoyed the shit out of me, right? You're watching live gameplay with guys in the corner and they're talking about it and they're going, here's so and so and he's doing this. Oh, look at this. He's going over here and he's going right. And while they're talking, they're also talking to a dev.
To the dev.
Right? So there's two announcers and a dev comes out. And while you're watching the footage and they're them going off like a sportscaster, they're asking questions to the dev. Do you think you're listening to the dev?
They're not listening.
Right? Are you listening to the dev? What he says? He's like, yeah, we can like, oh, did you see the guy with the staircase? Like, a rocket to the unbelievable shot. Like you, the dev's talking in between that.
A heart attack there for a second, Sarge.
So, like, what am I hearing the dev talk about? Are the guns locked? Are they not locked? How do I unlock the guns? Like, where's the discussion about the multiplayer? Like, the discussion about the multiplayer was jammed in between the Sports Center casting. I was like, I don't understand what the fuck we're doing here, guys.
Yeah. All right,
for
chat.
4 hours they did that.
All right, chat. It's time for the questions, Q&A. If you have a question, put a Q in front of your thing. We'll take a couple of questions, and then we'll be done for the evening for episode 450, the Battlefield edition. Look, I don't want this to make it sound like I'm angry at I want Battlefield is probably one of my
I eagerly await to see what happens.
All-time favorite franchises. I love it. It's one of my favorite PvP type of things. And it's just not Battlefield anymore.
I eagerly wait to see what happens.
Like, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours inside of this game.
Yeah, Salty's got a point, man. You should probably, when it comes out, you should probably make a map yourself. Make the Battlefield map you want.
But yourself. I would have to buy it. I have to buy it.
Yeah, but you write it off.
Mike has 1,000 hours. He hasn't played the game. He just makes maps.
Adapter dies, correct, Krebsy, but how many studios have died?
I mean, is that
how many studios have died?
Hold on. Is that adapter die for the studio, or is that adapter die for the gamer?
Right.
Because I'm okay if they don't want me there, then I'm okay not being there. It's just crazy to me. Like, if I had a guy support both, if I had a guy support me, right? And for years, 20 years, I've bought and played every single Battlefield except for Hardline, because that's a piece of shit. Don't buy Hardline. Don't ever play Hardline. Hardline's a piece of shit. Okay? I bought out of them. All of them. Even the other bad ones. Okay? I love Battlefield. Love Battlefield. This is not Battlefield. This is Call of Duty with a Battlefield skin. This is Fortnite with a Battlefield skin. This is not even Battlefield. The Battlefield name is there. They don't know what to call it anymore. They're like, oh, it's Battlefield 6. Right? Technically, it would be Battlefield 5, but whatever. Anyway, because Battlefield 5 was V. It wasn't actually 5 and whatever else. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, we're getting some questions here.
I'll be honest. I'm excited to see what happens, because with this much money spent on marketing, bro, it's completely insane. Like, it's literally can you imagine how much money they threw at the streamers to get this to be the way they want it to be?
Yeah, real quick, Dark Talk, I just want to let you know that I purchased both Sarge and myself Battlefield 5 for a combined total of $30. Okay, didn't pay full price for that game.
It was a good deal.
It was two versions of the game.
I still like some of the maps on that game.
Sure. For $15 a piece.
I didn't like how, once again, I wasn't the problem. The defenses you made in that game were paper mache. Like, you would build the sandbag wall and someone would throw a grenade and the sandbag would disappear. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, it's only supposed to disappear high explosives, bombs, tank shells. I love destructible environment. I dislike paper mache buildings. You don't have to destroy the building that way. I don't have to see it raining debris while I'm playing a game. Like, Everyone they do the same shit. Like guys are shooting at each other and just rains bricks. Like that's a weather pattern. Fucking concrete is falling from the fucking sky. Like that's not how it works. Like yeah, I want some destructible environment, but I don't want fucking just shit falling down because someone breathed.
Yeah, Dark Taco, I didn't buy. We didn't buy it. You know why we didn't buy Battlefield 5? Do you remember why? That people didn't buy Battlefield 5 is because one of the developers had a daughter. And the daughter was asking Dad, how come I, Papa, why can't I be in a video game of war? Why can't I be in the battle? And he's like, well, son of a bitch, if you don't like that women are in the game, then don't buy it. And I went, all right, I won't buy it then.
Just so you know, the I think it's the engineer and the medic are both women. The reason why everybody's got a mask on like this is so you don't
do
see
women only care about reviving people?
Right. I'm just letting you know.
I'm just asking.
Everybody's got a mask like this. Everybody. But you can see, I'm looking at like, that's a woman. Right. And right. And while they're running around, you hear her scream, grenade. I'm like, who let Barbie here? What's going on?
Well, the funny part was I was okay. I would be like, oh, I'll buy Battlefield 5. But he told me, don't buy it. I went, all right, I won't buy it then. If you don't want me to buy it, there's got to be something wrong with it, which there was. So I really thank him for telling us not to buy it at launch because it was a broke, buggy, unfinished game at launch.
Do you want to know why we don't want to see women in war? It's because we don't want to see women get mangled like we get mangled, because the instinct of man is to protect women, except for the psychopaths, of course. But the majority of us want to protect women. Yeah. Right. We'll do whatever to keep you out of harm's way. And yet somehow you wanting to put women on the front line to watch them get mangled like the rest of us is your equality. Like I never understood the premise. Right. So when you put it in a war game, it bothers me. Right. Because I'm looking around like, why? Like, why are you here? It's not because it's just a video game to me. I think about it. I'm like, I don't want her here. I don't want to hear her. I don't want to hear her calling out. Yeah. Help me, I'm dying. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear Barbie calling out for a medic. You know what I mean? Like, It's a dude thing. It's a war as a guy thing. We know we're fucking animals. All the world wars that were started, every war we ever had was all around with fucking men. We get it. Right? We don't need Barbie coming in here telling me she has to be on the front line.
All right. It's time for Q&A. All right, first question is, this is my first question. Tell us how you really feel about Battlefield. I did already. I'll be honest with you. I
loved it. Hated to watch it fall.
Yeah. I really do hope this game does well. But I also hope that Battle Royale fails miserably because I want Battlefield. I want Battlefield.
Remember the Battle Royale originally failed. Remember that?
Yes, because it was behind a paywall. You had to buy the game to play the Battle Royale. Now they're putting Battle Royale for free.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So, next question. Waterbear says, will Sarge apply to become a WWE announcer? I can see him as the new JR type of announcer. I can't answer this question, so.
I don't think I have the voice for it. I would be good for like one show every like 3 months. I mean, I would lose my voice. I go from this kind of voice, and when I start to lose my voice, it sounds like I've been smoking cigarettes for like 25 years.
You did do announcing when we did that racing podcast back in May of 2024 for the, I forget what, it's for some anniversary or some shit we did. Like
the IndyCar thing?
Yeah, the IndyCar thing where we had the races and we were doing announcing there. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Next question. If there's more questions, Sarge, you can star them because I'm in the other thing. Do you really believe that GTA 6 will get delayed after they gave a hard date? Yeah, I do. I think GTA 6. I said it before they even put out the date in May. I said I think it gets pushed back a year. I think Krebsy was there with me when we said certain things, and I said I can see it getting delayed a second time, and it's been proven in the past that other games have gotten delayed. So yeah, even with the hard date. Starfield had a hard date, right? There's a bunch of games that had a hard date, and they still got delayed. So yeah, I think it can get delayed a second time. What about you, Sarge?
I don't believe Grand Theft Auto gives a shit whether they delay or not. If they think they can do it, they will. They haven't made. Once again, let's review. Rockstar has not made a video game since Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep.
Okay. No games have come out. All the revenue they make is still from GTA Online. So do you think that them not delaying the game for like another 6 months or a year means anything? Obviously, you didn't have to make another game to sustain the company because GTA 5 Online has paid for everything. So from my opinion is don't release it in 26, wait till 27 and release it on the anniversary date of 30 years of GTA.
Yeah, let me make sure. When did GTA come out? I think, is it 30 years?
97.
It was 97 or 96?
Yeah, 97. I don't remember.
97?
I don't remember the month, though. I want to say November. But I might be wrong.
The original one, yep, November 28th, 1997.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, you
think about it.
2 more years.
Bro, if you don't have to make a game,
they'll just throw it the anniversary.
If you don't have to make a game.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have to make a game.
They haven't made one.
They can literally just do an anniversary edition. That's it. That's it, Sarge. They release next year, right? They release the 26th. Then when the next system comes out, they come out. Edition. They come out with the 30th anniversary edition, and you buy it again. Yes, that's exactly right.
When you buy GTA 6, you get GTA 1, 2, and 3 with it.
Whatever. They'll do some anniversary edition. Right. They'll throw if you buy this version, you get the 30th anniversary T-shirt for your character in the online version. Right? They'll do something.
I mean, why wait this close to 30-year anniversary and not just do it? If you were going to delay it anyway, why?
It's true. Next question, Waterbear says, do you feel like Battlefield will reach 50 million players, let alone 100 million? Are they aiming for? Well,
no.
The thing
no.
is, here's the thing. If it's really good, okay, they're not going to sell 100 million units. That's not going to happen. They're not going to sell 50 million units. That's not going to happen. Sell 50 million units. They will sell 10 to 15 million units.
You think so? That's the highest ever.
No, the highest ever is 17, which is Battlefield, I think, 3. Or if it was, it was 3.
1.
Okay.
I think it's 1.
No, 1 has the most players, which is 25 million players, not the most sales.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They stopped counting sales. Yeah, players.
Got it.
Sales was Battlefield 3, which is 17. Battlefield 4, I think, was 14 million. So I think it comes in, since they're back, I think it comes in between 10 and 15. Okay. But the Battle Royale, if the Battle Royale is fun and different, I think they can hit the 50 million mark. Players, engagement type of thing, not sales. 100 million? No fucking way. No fucking way. But,
total over the whole time the game exists, 100 million people try it out? Battle Royale? Probably. For the entire time it lasts, but not like up front and personal.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Altern says, are you ready to give your ID to YouTube so they can train AI to make faces? Look, I said this earlier in my show. If I watch, let's say, a DuckTales YouTube channel because I want to watch DuckTales because I don't have cable, and I'm watching DuckTales, and then all of a sudden I go back to watch a political show, and it goes, can I have your ID because you're watching an adult channel? That's when I cancel my YouTube Premium. That's when I say, fuck you, YouTube. Okay? I'll still make content on YouTube. Okay? But I'm not going to pay them money so I can show them my ID every time I switch from one thing to another. Go fuck yourself if you think I'm going to give you my ID to see what I'm watching. You know what I'm watching. You shouldn't give 2 shits, right? Then it goes into the kids. They have YouTube Kids. They don't need kids to show their ID because YouTube Kids is for kids. Okay, and if a kid's watching regular YouTube, that's on the parents. And if your parent wants you to watch that, that's on the parent. Not on YouTube, not on the government, not on anybody else. That's on the parent. Parents be parents. YouTube be fucking YouTube. That's my thoughts.
Nothing to say after that.
Next one. Will this be the best-selling Battlefield in the history of Battlefield? No.
No.
I don't think it will be. I think right now, as we stand, everyone looks at it and says, oh, man, this is going to be big. I think it has the exact same player base it has before. Everyone else is kind of waiting back to see what it is, and everyone will give it a shot when Battle Royale comes out, but they don't actually purchase the actual game. They're going to wait and go, Nah, I'll wait. $70. Nothing to add? No? Okay.
Nothing. You're on the money. There's no rebuttal against the answer because it's true.
It says so. This Battlefield.
I don't think it's going to build it. You think it's going to beat it? You think this game's going to beat the rest of them? I don't think so.
So is this Battlefield Hardline 2 more COD with Battlefield Code of Paint?
It's COD.
Yeah,
a lot of
looks
the
like
maps,
Battlefield, but
a lot of the maps are still COD.
Visually, it feels like it's like COD, the way they're moving and whatnot. Obviously, it's still Battlefield because of
but no zombies,
the vehicles and stuff.
But no zombies yet.
Waterbear says, would you prefer a PvE-focused DC Games of Service game similar to Marvel Ultimate Alliance over PvP-based hero shooter similar to Rivals? Yes, I would. I would like to do what Marvel... I want Marvel to do it. I want Marvel to make a PvE version inside of Marvel. So if DC came out with that, I would be okay with that. I don't know about you, Sarge. I know you don't play these types of games.
I already explained to you how I'd want the hero game to be for me. Like, I would want to actually be the hero. Give me the abilities. Give me the 3 or 4 abilities that a character would have, and I get to use them in game against another character, like a comic book. Like, that's what I would want to do. I don't need the whole shooty mechanic in a superhero game. I'm more into the, I guess maybe like a hybrid between a Street Fighter game and like a story, like a story game, but with Street Fighter. Like I want to fight in a city or fight in an iconic location with the heroes that I remember growing up with, like Wolverine versus Sabretooth.
So you want basically the game Injustice, because that's got a really good story in it. I've never played it, but I watch people play it. It's got a really good story. And it's like a Street Fighter.
Injustice. I played.
Yeah,
Injustice.
So it's like a Street Fighter game. It's a Mortal Kombat type of game, but with good story.
But not like a 2-dimensional game. Like you're in the area. You're there and you're fighting and you interact with objects on the map.
Like you want to be like in a Division world.
Yeah.
Right? You want to be like in a 3D divisional world saving. You want to be like Spider-Man, but with multiple heroes.
And with destructible environment. With a destructible environment. It doesn't have to be a huge, it's Manhattan you're fighting in, but like a part of Manhattan. Like, right? You could go a little bit further away, but you're fighting, right? Then the cops come, start trying to shoot and help you out. They all get killed. Like, ooh, too bad. Like, then like it's almost like a fighting game with GTA mechanics. Like I'm fighting, and the more destruction we cause, they keep sending more guys. First, it's the cops, then it's more cops, then it's SWAT, then it's military, right? And then you guys are just still fighting. Like everybody stop and pull over, everybody get back, and then just chaos.
Krebsy's next question says, anything interesting you on the Nintendo Direct for you totally watched? I didn't watch, and the thing I read, no, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Nintendo's doing a lot of bad shit, man.
Nintendo, I'm not buying a Switch 2. I'm not buying any of their games. I'm not any interested in Nintendo because you know why? Nintendo doesn't give a shit about me. Just like Battlefield doesn't give a shit about me. So why am I going to purchase things that they don't give a shit about me? So,
yeah, I gave up on Nintendo a long time ago. Like I don't like what they're doing right now, man. Like the more I read about what Nintendo's doing, I'm less.
I'll tell you what. I will buy Nintendo when they drop the case of Palworld. Okay? I will buy Nintendo when they lose to Palworld. Right? If they win, I don't think I'll ever buy Nintendo again because Nintendo's trying to be a bully. Nintendo's trying to not only make a statement, they're trying to make a precedent going forward that nobody can do with that because they're afraid. Nintendo's afraid of what they're doing, and they see that they're a relic going into the future, and they're like, well, we have to hold on to this relic because if we let this go, then why does anybody want to play our games? Because if other people are making games like our games, then what do they need our games for when everything gets played everywhere, right? So they need to hold on. They're not suing Palworld for a lot of money. They're suing for a precedence to set the standard to everyone go, well, you're not going in their territory, are you? That's Nintendo territory.
Right.
You can't make that type of game, right? So that I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that.
It's anti-competitive, anti-consumer.
Kevin says, who do you think Kevin Feige talked to 6 years later that made him realize quality is killing the MCU?
He probably changed therapists.
when he
somebody probably just told him, do you realize you're being a complete and total dick to everybody in the superhero community?
When he said we just did more quantity over quality, I was like, you mean you were greedy? Just say it. We went and chased the greed for minimal viable product. That's what they did.
Yes.
Instead of good quality stuff, they went, let's do the bare minimum, and let's do more shitty stuff.
Yeah,
you could tell by the writers. We did this all the time. Me and Wolverine did a show talking about the writing in WandaVision and all the other shows, Mando and all these other things. Right? We're like, the writers are terrible. They're shitty writers. They don't have any experience. And here we are, 6 years later. They're like, oopsie, we just made too many things. And they're like, we're going to scale it back. We're only going to make 3 movies a year and 2 TV shows. And it's like, you only made 2 movies a year for like 10 years, right? And then you started upping it a little bit with Avengers, Infinity War, and all that other stuff. But there wasn't a lot of Marvel films. It was a treat. Now they're going back to that. Well, guess what? Let's say they did that. Let's say Captain America, Brave New World, and Thunderbolts were the only 2 movies out this year. Does that kind of make them $1 billion? No, they're still pieces of shit. They're still pieces of shit films that didn't make their money back. Just because you let less of them out doesn't mean they're going to make more money. It just means they're still pieces of shit, and you have less opportunities to make less shit.
I got no rebuttal. It's awesome. It's just true. Like, how many bad? I've been keeping track. Have you been writing down the writers' names for the Marvel movies?
I don't give a shit. I don't even give them time.
I do. I don't. Because as soon as I just look to see what the writer is, I'm like, nope, we're good. Nope. I don't even have to watch any of the trailers. I just look at the see it's coming out. I look up who wrote it, who's in it. Out. I'm out.
I'll let Sarge answer this one since he said no rebuttals. Go ahead, Sarge.
I need more rage. So thoughts on the whole internet and censorship happening? Oh, this is a big one. Krebsy, I know people throw this up in the air and they don't really care about it. But first of all, are you talking about the Karen, the female Karen group from Australia? Is that the one you're talking about?
No. That's Australia. This is the UK law. That's the credit. Well, that's basically it's attached. Basically,
it's attached. Yeah,
the visa and stuff.
Yeah. So what you have to realize is that the beginnings of this was done by a women's group in Australia, which is basically a collective group of Karens who think they're going to save the planet. So this small group of women don't like the fact that there might be some TNA inside video games or things in video games that they don't want kids to see. So instead of trying to do an activist thing, they went directly for payment processors, Visa and MasterCard. So they started to try to do, I don't know what kind of leverage they have, but they must know somebody, because Visa and MasterCard started listening to them. And what ended up happening is they started canceling. Think about this now. They started canceling people's payments that purchased an item that was on a list that was made up by a bunch of Karens living in Australia. So let's say I wanted Stellar Blade. I'm just making an example. I bought Stellar Blade $59.99 on my credit card. And then all of a sudden it says my payment's denied because Visa said no. Think about it.
Fuck you. Why are you telling me what I can buy?
Think about that for a moment.
Just take my money and shut up.
Be very serious about this. Don't think of it as like I'm just making fun of something. That's what happened. Visa said, because you're buying this thing, we said no.
Like I'm the criminal that stole the credit card.
Who the fuck are you, Visa? Right? First of all, I don't think you should get 3 cents on every transaction on the planet to begin with, but you end up with that regardless, right? You get 3 every time you guys click. It's 3 cents to Visa or 3 cents to Max. Sometimes it's 6 cents. Right?
It's more than that for American Express.
Right.
That's why most businesses don't take it.
This is why I say when you guys keep paying with your debit cards and shit, that you think that it's a convenience, but you just keep giving the company more money. When you pay cash, you give them nothing.
Yep.
But it's so hard to keep cash on hand because you guys are such ballers, right?
Yep.
It's so hard to buy all this stuff with paper, right? So point being is you're having a fucking financial company tell you what you can and cannot buy. So where does it stop? Where does it stop? Is another group of fucking Karens from some other country going to tell me what I can and cannot buy in a different format? Is that how we're going to do this?
Where do they come in? First of all, they should have stopped people from saying, you can't buy Redfall. You can't buy Concord. They should have stopped people from buying those things. They didn't stop them. They took their money.
Lawsuits are going to happen. Trust me. Well, it starts off slow because all the feedback now against Visa and MasterCard is pretty horrendous, and they're starting to send out letters and shit. But I don't think it's enough. I think people basically to show them a video of them cutting up all their credit cards and saying, "I'll just do something else. I'll just pay back what I have and just stop using your card." You know what I mean? Like, because everybody's in debt. Let's be honest. Everybody's in debt.
Yep.
Right. So
right. Let's move on to the next one. We could sit here and talk about that one topic for a whole show. Jay Breezy says, how do you like the new character Blade? I haven't played it yet. I'm playing Grounded 2 right now. Well, he's not in the game yet, but he comes out August 8th. But Phoenix I've played. I like her. I haven't played much of Marvel Rivals the last couple of weeks, but I get on. I play for about an hour and a half, get my things done. I think the character's good. I'm looking forward to Blade. I think I like what Marvel Rivals is doing. I like that they keep bringing characters in. I like how they listen to me. How I said they should bring in 12 characters this year, and people thought I was crazy. Well, this is numbered 8, so we're just moving on. Okay, so I'm good with it. I know Sarge's not playing, so
I hope Blade has a really not just his super move, but I hope Blade has moves that allow you to combo in close quarters, because I think that's what he should be strong at.
I haven't seen his stuff.
He should be able to run in on the flanks and like do a combo, and then his super should be like a massive combo between players. That's what it should be.
Well, like Jesus Christ, Psylocke does that. Her ult is like
yeah.
She goes all over.
Blade
so
should be similar
to like that. Yeah. Krebsy says, is it concerning that Space Marines 2 devs have 50 games in development? Hold on a second. Is that the devs making Space Marines 2, them personally, they have 50 games in development? Or is that all of Warhammer have 50 games in development? Because there's a difference. I don't know the context. Is that the company making Space Marines 2, the developers? Or is it the overall who's in charge of Warhammer and they have 50 Warhammer games in development? I need to know that before I can answer it.
Well, 50 games really means 6 games, bro.
Sure.
Come on. 50 games is 6 games.
Title says Space Marines devs.
It's a bad title. Give me the name of the writer. Because it's so vague. Know. It's so vague.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that. If it's the devs, fucking stupid. If they have 50 games in development at one studio, that's 2 lifetimes of video games, okay? Because if it takes 3 to 5 years to make one game, okay, and they got to make 50, do the math.
Some don't make it. They don't make it through post.
Yeah.
They don't make it through pre.
Yeah,
that's 3 games, 3-4 games tops.
Yeah, 1 out of every 10 they toss out.
But you know what happened? You know what's happening right now though? They did really good with Space Marine 1. They did really good with Space Marine 2. And here comes Corpo. We have the bunny rabbit.
45 other
we have
games.
Yeah, we have the bunny rabbit now. We have to keep petting the rabbit until we get what we want. Don't we? Like that's what's happening right now. Like the game is done well. I'm excited to see the DLC come out. I want to see.
I think it's very concerning if Battlefield needs 4 studios to make one game and this one studio is making 50 games. I think we have a problem. I don't know. Just call me crazy. All right. Next one. Anything you have to say about the genetic exposing the retards and send them into the frenzy? First of all, Sydney Sweeney just took the bag of money and said, Sydney Sweeney, would you like to do a commercial for American Eagle to sell jeans? All you got to do is look good and read this thing. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take it.
And she does it, and she says, I have good genes. And the announcer goes, Sydney Sweeney has good genes. And then some retarded person, okay, and they all look the same miraculously. They all have the windhorn glasses with the bull nose ring inside their thing with jet black hair, and they're like,
and they talk,
this is genetics, they're Hitler, they're Nazis. It's like, she's just a girl taking money for a company. And did you see the rebuttal from American from
that's fake though. That was
it fake?
It has to be fake because it's the most brilliant rebuttal ever.
I hope it was real, but who knows? On Twitter, when they came back and said we reprimanded the employees and put them into our HR training or whatever.
I think it was fake. It had to be fake.
God, I hope it was real.
If it's real, it's the greatest own ever from a company. I don't think it's real though.
Yeah. Well, if it is or isn't. If it is or isn't real, it's still fucking hilarious.
Well, just by reading it one time, you're thinking there's no way that they actually said this because it's too fucking funny. Like if somebody's that funny in the company,
double down.
Right. My favorite one though, on the same level, is the T app. Anyone remember what the T app story is going on?
Someone told me about this earlier. I didn't really follow the T app thing.
Real simple. You ready for this? Okay, so somebody made an app that basically allows women to do the little talk that they always talk to each other anyway. But they talk about men, about he was a good dater, he was a good date, he's a good fuck, whatever else. But it's on an app, so they're talking about us amongst themselves, and they rate us. All right, they're rating us on a level, name, everything, but they started putting like the actual phone number of our phones and everything else, and they were like, "What the fuck's going on?" Yeah. So what ended up happening is they called it a hack. But it's not an actual hack. Somebody just actually decided to search the actual files of the program and found out the file where all the women who actually signed up are.
Okay.
So they bring that out.
Okay.
Right? So now everyone knows.
To get back at the people that were doing.
Everyone knows who's talking shit about them now, as we should, because you just can't start talking shit about people and there's no repercussions. So the minute that information was released, somebody else decided to put every single one of them where they located in the country and their stats, because they have to put their stats in to begin with. So now their stats come out. So now you're seeing the 5'2", 208-pound woman who looks like a pizza, who's mad at Chad because Chad fucked her and didn't call her back. Like that's what's happening. And so people
I'm glad I'm married.
losing their shit because we have an app. Did somebody else come up for the app for us? Ready for us? You know what ours is called?
I don't give a shit.
It was T app for them. No, I'm gonna get it wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Right? It's called Box Score. Our app for the girls is called Box Score. I thought it was fucking based. It's fucking based. It basically says she's got 3 kids. Don't fuck her. Right? It's like that's all because that's how we talk. Like, I banged her, but she's got 3 kids. Don't mess around.
Yeah, head case, don't touch her.
Head case, don't touch it. Right. That's how we would do it. Right. And they're losing their shit. They've lost their complete shit, bro. And here's the best. They're gonna try to. Here's the best part. They were completely fine bad mouthing us online. And then when we found out about it and did a reciprocal, now they want to sue the company that released the information.
Well, of course they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. Amazing.
Silly bitches. Dicks are for chicks.
Last question is, do you think Sony has more case than Nintendo for the lawsuit since Tencent approached Sony to use Horizon IP, meaning some way that Tencent knew they could also could be lines crossed? I said it the other day in my live chat, Krebsy. I think that because it was so early on, can you sue someone for something that's not out yet? Like, they haven't made any money from it yet, right? So they can just change whatever ahead of time. And when it comes out, because I saw gameplay recently, and it looks nothing like Horizon. Yes, it's got mechanical animals inside of it, right? Yes, it has things that look like Horizon. They have a lawsuit as far as brand identity, like stuff like that. But as far as the gameplay and stuff goes, if they change it before it comes out, where they stop the promotion material and say, it's not attached to Horizon or anything like that, I think they're fine. Obviously, chicks are suing people for making fun of them after they made fun of other people. So anything can go. Sony has a case, right? Lawyers win all the time, and the people that defend them or that go for it lose. So I think that because, just like Palworld's like, we made this game. It's an early access, right? They keep moving it. Nintendo's like, we need to stop them from doing this. They're like, you can't throw a ball. Okay, they throw a square. They're like, you can't do a square. They're like, all right, it's a triangle. They're like, you can't do a triangle, right? They just keep moving the lawsuit.
Moving the goalposts.
They move the goalposts to put the biggest blanket as possible to stop anybody else from doing that. Where this company was like, hey, we love your game. We would love to make a Horizon game. But they're like, we don't want you to. And they're like, okay, are you sure? Because it sounds like you wanted to, but right? And then they said, we're just going to do it anyway, right? So they go do it, and they come back, and they're like, don't you think it's a little close? They're like, it's a survival game. It's like Monster Hunter. Oh, it's like Elden Ring. Oh, it's like Pal World. Oh, it's like this. And Sony's like, it looks a little too close to Horizon. And they're like, all right, cool, we'll change it. It's not out yet. They can literally change it before it gets there. How do you... This is not Minority Report, right? You can't...
Pre-crime.
You can't pre-crime somebody before they buy the crime, right? You can mess around with things, and then by the time it launches, you change it. And they're like, yep, okay, nope, don't worry about it. We don't have a case.
Pre-crime.
You have anything else to add to this?
No. I think that the whole lawsuit thing for Nintendo is out of control, and I think Tencent is basically the BlackRock of video games.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
10 cents. Yeah.
Chinese company, man. Chinese company.
How do I get that? All right, that's going to do it for episode 450 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much for coming out, hanging out with us. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond, you become a member as little as $5. Don't forget to support the channel in those ways. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, you can also check out my album. It's called Perk Up and Press Play. You can go check that out on all major platforms. Links in the description, or should be in the description. It's on the channel. It's on all major platforms for the music. It's just fun music, right? Put it on when you're cooking, when you're, I don't know, banging your other significant other. There's no songs there. Maybe John Walker. Maybe John Walker set the tone. I don't know. Skip the Boss. I don't know. Maybe. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week on Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning. The Daily Grind from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday. We go over news stories, have conversations. If you like it, hit that like button. Joe, go check out our other channel, Nerdy with 30, does entertainment news. Go check out this channel, other videos. I have a couple of videos up there, live service games, love them, hate them. I have constructive criticism. I also have make a game, sell a game. So check out these videos. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical